Carpenter, so I go to work, Monday to Friday, and I go to the gym. I work out. Me, Aaron Wilson, Glenn Bryan, and Dane Smith all work out at the same place. So we get a good push. We push each other, and it's friendly competition.
In comparison to your years in the league, how do you evaluate the camaraderie? Great, thanks.
Thank you.
One of the top scorers in the National Lacrosse League, Ryan Benesh, a part of the Buffalo Bandits operation now from that trade made by General Manager Steve Dietrich. And Randy Mearns, the house lights are down, the colored lights are going, and the field looks pretty good, and they're ready for the formal player introductions here in Buffalo, getting ready for season number 23. Pretty exciting, Randy.
It certainly is. Actually, it's kind of interesting. They had the player introductions, but the whole team just came out as one. I'm sure they're going to go through the rigmarole, but they're all together on the restraining line. Maybe another little twist at Troy Cordingley's plan.
Teamwork this year, stressed by head coach Troy Cordingley. Randy, that means a lot, particularly in a game like this that has changed over the years.
Well, yeah, and he was saying all the right things right off the get-go. And again, he's got great systems. He's been through the loop not only as a player, his coaching pedigree is there. He's been to the, out of Calgary and Toronto, has been to the NCAA or NLL championship 3 times, won 2. He's got to be real excited about this whole new opportunity. Again, it's another clean.
Number 27, Glenn Bryan. Also on defense, number 42, and welcome to Buffalo, Mr. Rory Smith. At transition, number 55, how about Mitch Wild? On defense, number 74, Colin Boucher. At transition, number 75, Jay Thornburg. At forward, number 90, Jamie Rooney. At transition, number 91, Jordan Critch. Also at transition, number 92, how about Dane Smith? On defense, number 97, he's Hayden Smith. Goaltender, wearing number 38, Curtis Wagar. Starting in goal tonight, number 44, Anthony Cosmo. Your alternative captain, number 3, how about Billy D. Smith? Alternative captain, number 9.
Crowd filing in here at First Niagara Center for the 23rd season in the National Lacrosse League. The Buffalo Bandits take to the floor. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bandits Lacrosse. This is John Gertler, along with my broadcast partner in our 11th year, Randy Mearns, the head coach.
Different, probably in the entire Buffalo Bandit 23-year history. They came out as a group. They're all now cuddled along that restraining line, going through the announcements that are here up on the Jumbotron here at the First Niagara. And again, maybe that's that unity. Hey, guys, you know what? It's not just one guy. Hey, we're all just going to go out. Let's all come on the floor together. And then they'll have the, that circumstance, the whole business side of it. But pretty impressive. Kind of interesting to see if that's this new slate, whether that was a management coach accordingly or if that was John Tavares, the captain, saying, hey, let's just do this because it takes a team to win a National Lacrosse League championship.
Being introduced right now, as you hear the crowd in the background, Troy Cordingley, the head coach of the Buffalo Bandits after successful campaigns, not only as assistant coach here in Buffalo, but also for Calgary and Toronto. And I guess that is reflective of what he was preaching during training camp and the preseason games. Hey, this is going to be a team effort, and we will not be outworked.
Yeah, they're not going to be outworked. And then you also got to look at the staff that he brought that he has, and it's relatively the same staff that Coach Kilgore had. You know, obviously Richie Kilgore, Danny Teat. They have a couple of new guys, Dave Pym, Stevie Toll are kind of assistant coaches and scouts. So he's got a good collection of these young guys all on that same page, all the same mindset. And I know that they've been doing a lot of hard, due diligent work to make sure they're prepared for the Philadelphia Wings.
And the Wings, with their 28th season in the National Lacrosse League, they proudly have 6 championship banners flying in Philadelphia. A very strong 7-9 season last year, second year in a row making the playoffs. And Randy, General Manager Johnny Meridian made some changes. He stepped aside behind the bench and allowed Blaine Harrison, a longtime assistant, to come in and coach.
Yeah, Blaine is, he's got a lot of pedigree, won some Man Cups, won some Minto Cups back in the day as a player, has coached all throughout the last, 20 years, was the assistant coach. The last couple years in Philadelphia, he's got 2 good guys with him as well, Jimmy Milligan and Tommy Hayek.
Brandon Miller gone, Evan Kirk in between the pipes, Randy. That means a lot for Philadelphia.
It certainly does, and again, it's another clean slate. There's guys that have something to prove, and to survive and keep your job in the NLL, you got to perform. It's about being performance ready. Evan Kirk's going to be up to the challenge tonight.
10 players on the roster, 10 new players, Randy. That's going to be a changeover as well.
Well, that certainly is. Poppleton, Rannigan. I mean, we can go all the way through Thal. It's a whole new ballgame.
Kevin Kennedy with the anthems tonight from the First Niagara Center.
Patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Kevin Kennedy from South Buffalo with the singing of the Canadian and U.S. national anthems here at First Niagara Center in downtown Buffalo. And my broadcast partner, Randy Mearns, as we enter our 11th year calling Buffalo Bandits lacrosse. A good crowd on hand, expecting 14,000. They're still filing in, and down onto the turf we go as we see the Buffalo Bandits to our broadcast left, dressed in their white colored types of uniforms, and to the Philadelphia Wings to our broadcast right into their red, traditional red look and black and white shorts. And Randy, some changes on the Bandits roster. 16 players return, 4 new players, and that's led by Ryan Banesh.
Yeah, and all 4 players are actually going to be in the lineup tonight. The scratches for the Buffalo Bandits, Aaron Wilson and Chad Culp, both nursing, from what I understand, some little nagging injuries through training camp. So Joey Resetarits, Andrew Watt, Rory Smith, and who is the fourth? I kind of lost the train of thought, Johnny. Regardless, are going to be in the lineup tonight for the Buffalo Bandits.
Down to the field we go, down to the left side of our broadcast location. It's Anthony Cosmo between the pipes for the Buffalo Bandits. 14th season in the NLL, .751 save percentage. Last year finished with 5 assists, a 4-4 record. Lifetime 67-51. Randy, 7 seasons on a winning record, 500 or above, and so that's good note for Anthony Cosmo, very strong. Evan Kirk for the Philadelphia Wings to our broadcast right, 3rd season, .771 career save percentage. Played in Minnesota, 3-3 record, 7-7 lifetime, and we're underway down onto the floor. Great to have you with us on the radio and on YouTube, and there's a shot that goes wide. Rebound down to the near side as Buffalo picks the ball up, and it's carried along the way, but an over and back charge on Buffalo. So it'll be Philadelphia's ball here in the opening minute of tonight's game from downtown Buffalo with the Wings and Bandits. In over the line comes Kevin Crowley, big player, dishes it off to the right side. Deking along the way is Jordan Hall. He's a good shot, goes back to the top of the slot, near side as it's worked by Philadelphia. Far side over to Crowley. He feeds it to the right side. Good save by Anthony Cosmo, getting that rubber early. And here come the Bandits on the charge.
Yeah, you certainly like. There's a great defensive stand by Buffalo. They're playing the traditional house defense, just keeping everything to the outside, packing up the middle. Anthony Cosmo, easy save on the first Philadelphia Wings shot.
Ryan Benesh pulling the shift here, wearing jersey number 17. Tips it back over to Mark Stainhouse, who is left. Stainhouse feeding the ball to Tamurs with a shot, and Kirk comes up with a save, and the rebound picked up by Philadelphia and down the right wing lane. Chad Wiedemeyer works it out to midfield, tips it along to the forwards coming out from the front door of Philadelphia. No score here in this first quarter of play with the Bandits and Wings. Wings with the ball, Kevin Crowley far side, tipping it over to the right side to Ryan Ward, and a save by Cosmo.
Ryan Ward trying to get to the net early for the Philadelphia Wings. Again, he's got some presence, he's got some range. Anthony Cosmo making a good save.
In over the line comes Ryan Benesh for Buffalo to the right side of the Philadelphia zone, goes to the far side. Deking to the left from the top of the slot now. Buffalo working the ball in a mixture of playmaking, and there's a shot that goes wide off the stick of Ryan Benesh, and the rebound comes all the way down into the Buffalo zone, and picking it up on the run is Philadelphia with a shot, and Cosmo comes up nicely with a save. First quarter action, no score here at the First Niagara Center. Bandits will be attacking to the right, protecting left. Kevin Brownell with the ball, tipping it across the line. He gets the feed, takes the shot. Kirk comes up with a save, scoops it up the webbing of his stick, and makes the outlet pass down the right wing lane. Ryan McGill in over the line, carries the ball far side, tried to set up a sweeping shot over to Kevin Ross, couldn't do it, and Buffalo's got the ball and gets it out of the zone. Right wing pass down all the way into the Philadelphia zone, checking along the way. Andrew Watt trying to get a piece of that one, but here comes Philadelphia back out to midfield. 12:28 left to play, first quarter, no score with Bandits and Wings. Setting up the play. In across the line comes Philadelphia. Works it now from the traffic zone. Tracy Kelusky on this rush now from the left wing side, digging his way. Nice feed pass and a shot, score! Philadelphia as Tracy Kelusky set up a nice over-the-shoulder feed, and Philadelphia on the board, 1-0.
Oh, Tracy Kelusky can feed the ball like the best of them. Watch this. They run a little pick and roll with Kyle Buchanan. He throws a little nifty over the back. Buchanan seals his guy and then slips to the middle and throws a twister. What a great play. Kyle Buchanan, second year in the league, played for the Washington Stealth last year out of Robert Morris University, making his presence known for the Philadelphia Wings.
So Buchanan with his first of this 13-14 season in the NLL, 1-0 Philadelphia here in Buffalo of quarter number 1. Bandits battling for the ball out at midfield, working it on the right wing boards to the near side. Double team on the play as Benesh is held up. And we're going to have a penalty against Philadelphia coming up here in moments. Buffalo looks to regain control of the ball, but Brody Merrill comes up with it, and here comes Buffalo's first power play. Now we've got a pushing and shove match to the near side, just out outside the Philadelphia line with Billy D. Smith and Kevin Crowley.
The Philadelphia Wings are going to go to the box. There's a 2-minute hold along the boards as Buffalo is battling for the loose ball. The Bandits going to have the first opportunity on the power play. Interesting to see what this mix is going to look like.
Two of the least most productive goal-scoring teams out on the turf, with Buffalo managing only 172 in goals scored last year, and Philadelphia 170, right?
Yeah, 170. You got Tavares leading the power play up at the top. The youngster Joey Resetarits down in that right crease.
There's a shot that trickles to the left side, blocked by Philadelphia's defender. Rebound picked up into the near corner, and here come the Wings back out at midfield, leading it 1-0. Kyle Buchanan, the goal scorer, after a nice feed from former Bandit Tracy Kelusky. Bandits are on the power play. Buchanan into the box, or no, check that. Shorthanded shot by Philadelphia. It's picked up by Buffalo, and here they come back out of their own zone. Watt has got the ball. Right wing pass. Feeding it over to Glenn Bryan, who brings it to the Philadelphia line, chopping away as a Philadelphia defender. Now Bryan has got to get it back, and he'll feed it over to John Tavares. Setting up the play down in the corner to Benesh, back over to Tavares. Running out with him now is Sean Williams, scooting into the front of the net. There's a shot that's blocked into traffic, and Tavares gets his own rebound. Tried to feed it out in front for Joe Resetarits, but couldn't get the shot away. Philadelphia scoots it out of their own line. Chopped away by Buffalo. Now it's picked up by Tavares. Give and go shot. Save Kirk. Rebound picked up by the Bandits, so it's resetting the shot clock as Philadelphia hangs on to the 1-0 lead. But Buffalo working on their power play for the next 27 seconds, but will hold here with 10:08 left in the first quarter and over in back charge.
Yeah, an inadvertent pass by Tavares trying to set up Sean Williams right in the seam. Willie couldn't hold on to the ball. Over and back violation. It looks like Philadelphia's going to have the opportunity to kill the remainder of this penalty.
2:49 the official time of the goal scored by Kyle Buchanan. 1-0 Philadelphia. Tracy Kelusky with the assist. And Philadelphia wisely just taking off more time on that penalty. Ball down into the far Buffalo corner, carried by Philadelphia. Slashing along the way is Billy D. Smith. Ball picked up by David Brock, and here come the Bandits with 9:36 left to play into this first quarter. Philadelphia leading at 1-0. David Brock right of the face-off circle at center, scoots over to the right wing side, approaches the Philadelphia line, and will hang on while Buffalo gets into offensive formation, successfully making that transition. Stainhouse having some control problems with his stick, looking to get in the webbing of his head there, and does so to the right wing side, picked up by Ryan Benesh. 1-0 Philadelphia as Benesh works it from the slot area. Feeding it down into the corner, couldn't get a shot away, and the 30-second shot clock stops play with 9:06 remaining here in the first quarter. Philadelphia leading it tonight 1-0 on ESPN, 1520. Season tickets are still available as the Buffalo Bandits kick off their 23rd season in the NLL. Tickets start just about $28. For more information, go to bandits.com. John Gertler, Randy Burns with you this evening. Scott Fleetwood, our on-site director, statistician, and ice cleaner. Great to have Scott Fleetwood back with us. Randy Burns, he is a true warrior, despite all the difficulties he's had in health. But he is here tonight with us and tracking the game, and has done so eloquently, charting the effect of the 9:49 or the 2:49 mark where Kyle Buchanan scores the goal.
Well, one of the best stat guys in the loop. Been
Come
that
on,
guy
now.
for a while. But here's a hiccup, though. He didn't bring the binoculars tonight. Not to gum you a little bit, but it was always a staple. It was always a staple, Scotty. The binoculars.
Philadelphia is
Good thing
killed off.
I got bifocals.
It's good. We both have windshields on today. Looking down on the turf, play resumes. Philadelphia holds on to the 1-0 lead, and they've got control of the ball. In over the line they go. Out of the top of the slot, ball is whipped over to the right wing side. Kevin Ross had it. He dished it off. Pick and roll set up from the top of the slot, looking for an opening. Now to the near side. Koleski leaving it out in front. Play is broken up and off the shoulder of Anthony Cosmo. Rebound into the far Buffalo corner. Scramble for the ball continues. Andrew Watt is there. Tips it along with a webbing of his stick and now cradles it out to midfield. 1-0 Philadelphia. Kyle Buchanan, the goal scorer. In over the line they go with Andrew Watt. Hanging on inside the Philadelphia zone to the outside to Tavares. Tavares feeding the ball. Tips it now over to Dane Smith. Here's Tavares with that shot, and Kirk comes up with a save. Rebound is picked by Philadelphia, but hang on, we got another call coming up, Randy.
Yeah, it's going to be a cross check. Going to serve 2 minutes. Let's see who the counterpart is. And that is going to be Joel White, the former Syracuse product. As the Bandits were trying to break into the house, slipping the seam, Joel White just comes and crushes. I believe that's Dane Smith. Buffalo going to go on their second power play and see if they can break this goose egg.
2 shots on the first power play opportunity. Let's see what they can do here, Randy, on the 5-on-4. John Tavares quarterbacks the power play from the top of the slot, directing the forces. Williams setting up a pick for him. Tavares going to the far side over the shoulder feed. There's a shot right on. Hitting the side of Kirk, and the ball picked up by Philadelphia. 7:53 left to play here in the first quarter. Brody Merrill with the ball right to the Buffalo line. Will hang on to it and feed it over to the right wing side. That's picked up by Garrett Thole, one of the rookies for Philadelphia.
Yeah, and Thull's just getting used to the box lacrosse game. Hasn't had a lot of experience, but he's like a 6'3", 6'4" out of Army. Phenomenal field lacrosse player. Big presence. Good shot.
Part of the U.S. Military Academy and also serving active duty as we speak. Buffalo setting up the power play. Dane Smith to the top of the slot to Stainhouse. Now to Benesh. Back over to Smith. Give and go shot. Save. Set up. Score!
Wow, that's tic-tac-toe. That's Benesh's first one. Buffalo capitalizing on their second power play. That ball didn't stick in anybody's stick for more than a half a second. It was tic-tac-toe. As we see the replay, it goes from the top down to the right crease man who flips it over. I think it's Resiteritz to Tavares, who sees Benesh just standing out in front. Oh, what a feed, and Benesh with the soft hands over the left shoulder of Evan Kirk. We're all knotted up at one.
So Ryan Benesh, who last year scored 34 goals, that's his first one in his 8th year in the National Lacrosse League, and ties the game at 1. 6 shots on goal for Buffalo. Philadelphia's 5. Score tied at 1. Here come the Wings down into the Bandits zone. Play working to the far side. Oh, nicely moved. There's a shot and a goal by Philadelphia.
Yeah, I believe Kevin Ross, quick hands. I think he got that one. We'll check the number. But again, a good 5-on-5, just locks and loads. And we're trying to check the number. It's kind of hard to see from up here in this Philadelphia Wing uniforms.
Definitely Kevin Ross with a firing shot. 3-time goals, 20 goal scorer in his 7th season. Randy, you coached him at Canisius.
Yeah, phenomenal player, great athleticism, a great glue guy. Can put the ball from far range. Really, probably more so of his game is really the in-tight presence, but he does a lot of the dirty work, setting a lot of the picks and rolls, and capitalizes when he has the opportunity.
Another penalty coming up against Philadelphia. Delayed call as Cosmo goes to the bench. Extra attacker is out for Buffalo and setting up the play from the far corner. Give and go shot. Wide by Ryan Benesh. The rebound picked up, and now we've got a Off-ball incident to the right side of the Philadelphia net.
Yeah, and
Kevin Ross went flying.
Well, I think that's his was Joel White. Dane Smith, after a shot, there was a loose ball and just absolutely crunched Joel White. But regardless, Buffalo going to go on their third power play of the evening. And I like the setup. You got young Joey Resetarits on that right crease. You got Tavares, Benesh, Sean Williams. They're kind of that lefty presence. Dane Smith's going to get his opportunity on that right shooter.
Buffalo 1 for 2 on the power play right at the moment. 4 shots total. And here they go with number 3. Errant ball as Tavares is forced to the near corner. Tipping it back over to Benesh from the top of the slot is Stainhouse. Far side is Smith with a shot that goes wide. Rebound jumps along the near boards. And that's picked up by Philadelphia. 2-1 Wings.
That shot did not miss by much. Again, you can get shots very, very easily on the power play if you can kind of find the seams. And Dane Smith locked and loaded from about 20 feet out. Just missed the far side.
John Rannigan sits in the penalty box for Philadelphia for the next minute and 30. Philadelphia takes a short-handed shot, goes wide off the stick of Buchanan. Rebound to the near Buffalo corner. Good pressure on by the Wings. Playing hard is Garrett Thole, that big frame down there for Philadelphia. Ryan Ward in there as well. Ball is kicked along by Andrew Watt, and here comes Buffalo on the power play. A minute 12 left in Philadelphia's third penalty. Wings lead it 2-1 here in the first quarter with 4 minutes and 54 seconds left. Ryan Benesh with the ball from the left wing side. Deep into the corners it goes to John Tavares. Back over to Sean Williams. Over the shoulder feed into traffic as Benesh tries to get a shot away. Whistles to the right side of the Philadelphia net. Rebound picked up by Stainhouse. Now from the left point. Feeds it out in front. Tried to thread it over to Benesh, but it's picked up by Philadelphia, and here they come, shorthanded for the next 40 seconds. In over the line, Philadelphia with a shot that goes wide. That off the stick of Joel White. Rebound picked up, saved the over and back charge. Brody Merrill, good feed pass. There's a shot straight on. And just off the crossbar of the Buffalo net, and here comes Buffalo charging back out. Led by Derek Sutton. 20 seconds left in the power play. 2-1 Philadelphia here in the first quarter. Tavares in over the line. Uses the turf to scoot it back over to Williams. Tavares with that shot. Kirk with a save. Rebound. Right at the doorstep of the Philadelphia net, and Kirk has got it. And we'll stop things with 3 minutes and 56 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. Philadelphia leading it 2-1 tonight on ESPN 1520. Hello to all the Philadelphia Wings fans watching us on the Lacrosse Network tonight. The Wings home opener is Sunday, January 12th, 4 o'clock against the Buffalo Bandits. For tickets, you can visit wingslax.com. John Gertler, Randy Mearns with you this evening from First Niagara Center. Scott Fleetwood, our statistician and director here at the arena. Tom Wrights, our trusty producer back at ESPN 1520. And great to have you with us on the radio and watching tonight on the Lacrosse Network. 2-1 Philadelphia. Goal scoring started at 2:49 with Kyle Buchanan netting his first of the season. Buffalo comes back at 7:49 to tie it with Ryan Benesh scoring his first as the Bandit and first on the season on the power play. And then a beauty by Kevin Ross from Philadelphia at 8:26. We stand 2-1 Wings.
Yeah, Buffalo, they got some good offensive plays, but they kind of seemed a little bit sloppy again. Both these teams are new groups getting through this first quarter. Everybody kind of getting their feet out, underneath them, making the roster, getting through training camp. I think as this game starts to progress, you're going to start seeing a lot more tic-toe passing.
There's a shot to goal for Buffalo. Nice feed play, and you saw the transition team led by, guess who? Glenn Bryan.
Yeah, Glenn Bryan up the floor quick. He wastes no time. Again, this is where you have offensive guys. Are they a little bit slower getting to that front door to get the D guys on? Glenn Bryan doesn't care. He just gets up the floor. Cosmo makes a feed to one of the transition players who immediately throws it up to Bryan. Gives a little hedge fake, goes between the legs of Evan Kirk for a beauty goal, and we're all tied up at 2.
In his 4th season, the National Lacrosse League, Glenn Bryan with his first goal of the season, scored 3 last year, scored tied at 2 here in the closing minutes of this first quarter. And over the line is Ryan Benesh taking his way in front, takes the shot, just going to the right side of the Philadelphia net, picked up by the Wings, and here they come out of their own zone. Score tied at 2. Wings over the line to the near side. Now goes to the far side. They set up their play. Here comes Thole with a shot. He scores!
Wow, and that didn't take the rookie long to make his presence felt. Garrett Thole, he's a big boy, and he just splits and gets underneath the defender. No help coming across. Gives a little hedge fake. Cosmo bites on it. Comes back short side to put the Wings back up by 1.
So the Wings find net on their 11th shot to take a 1-goal lead, 3-2 here with 2:47 left to play into this first quarter. Good strong face-off for Philadelphia. So for the rookie, Garrett Thole, scoring his first National Lacrosse League goal tonight to give the Wings a 3-2 lead. And here come the Wings again. Shot wide, rebound picked up by Philadelphia. Worked down from the corner. Evan Crowley working his way, taking a shot, kick save by Cosmo. Rebound Philadelphia from the far corner, back over in front. Whiffed on that one, and Derek Suttons has got it. He'll get some help from Anthony Cosmo with the outlet pass. Now over to Dane Smith, making the transition for Buffalo at midfield and approaching the Philadelphia line. Smith feeding back over to John Tavares. Tavares back over to Sean Williams. Top of the slot feed back over. Joey Resetaris. Back to Dane Smith with a shot that goes wide. Shot clock is reset, and here comes Philadelphia approaching the line. Working it now is Brett Manny, the assistant captain of Philadelphia, feeding it to the far side. Now to the near side as it's picked up by the Wings. Now to the side for Kyle Sweeney. Took a shot and he scores. So Philadelphia finding net with some crafty movements and good shots. 4-2 Philadelphia.
Yeah, Kyle Sweeney, known to be more of a defensive transition guy, gets an offensive run and just gives a little bit of a split dodge. Again, there's no help, gets underneath, and it looks like Anthony Cosmo just kind of got off of his pipe, lifted up his stick just a little bit. Not a lot of room there, but Sweeney finds the hole. Cosmo wanting that one back.
10th year in the National Lacrosse League. Kyle Sweeney had 2 last year and is already to 1 for this first game of the 2013-14 season in the National Lacrosse League. 18 games this year, up from 16 last year. Here comes Buffalo knocking on the door. Stainhouse goes after it, forced into the far corner, still hangs on to it. Feed pass over to Benesh. He scores!
That's a great goal by Benesh. The coach and staff's got to be pleased bringing him in from Minnesota. Number 2 on the night for Benesh. He gets a good feed. He finds those seams inside, and he gets a great feed by Stainhouse, and he throws an underhand bounce that gets to the ground quick and early, which allows it to raise up over Evan Kirk's right shoulder. What a great shot. We see it on the replay.
That woke the crowd up here at First Niagara Center, coming in within 1 under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Philadelphia leading at 4-3, and here they come again, knocking on the door. In the crease area, Brody Merrill helps with the rebound, feeding it back over to the top of the slot to Kevin Crowley. Working it from the slot area, back over to Brody Merrill. Merrill getting some offensive time, double teamed by Buffalo. Ball is shocked into the far corner. Merrill will leave it there as the 30-second shot clock expires. So with 29.3 seconds remaining, here comes Buffalo, looking to tie it up before the end of this first quarter.
And we'll see what happens here. There's 23 seconds left on the shot clock. You know, Buffalo could actually pull Cosmo if they wanted to and just set up a 6-on-5 and take the last shot to try to tie this marker up before the quarter ends, and that's what they're going to do, Johnny.
10 seconds left. Sean Williams far side to Stainhouse. Stainhouse back over to Tavares. 5 seconds to shoot. Tavares floats the pass over to Banesh. Banesh tried to set up a give and go over to Joey Resetares, but couldn't do it. And the first quarter is history tonight from the First Niagara Center. Good game so far, with Philadelphia hanging on to the 1-goal lead, 4-3. Quarter number 2 coming up after this timeout on ESPN 1520.
Stats, probably the most interesting one is Buffalo out loose balling the Philadelphia Wings 20-10, but it obviously does not reflect in the score. The Philadelphia Wings out shooting the Bandits 14-10. Anthony Cosmo off to a pretty decent start, 10 saves during that first quarter. Evan Kirk 7. And probably the other glaring stat is Buffalo only 1 for 3 on the power play, but defensively they've taken no penalties, sticking to the discipline that Coach Cordingley has asked his defensive players to adhere to.
2 goals by Ryan Banesh, highlighting the first quarter of play. Here we go with the second quarter. Buffalo will be attacking to the left, protecting to the right. They win the draw of a very strong movement by Jay Thornburg, and Buffalo down to Kevin Brunell from the left wing side in the Philadelphia zone. Brunell feeding it back over in front. Joey Resetares with a shot. Kirk with a save. Rebound. Buffalo, and Kirk again is there, working it now to the right wing lane, and it's picked up by Philadelphia, and down the right wing boards they come. John Rannigan with the ball, feeding it from transition now to the forwards. Blaine Harrison, the head coach of Philadelphia, putting the forwards out there, and the shot fired just to the shoulder of Cosmo. Got a little acceleration on that turf, and Buffalo getting the ball back out and making the transition now as the speedster, second-year pro, Dane Smith, in over the line. Smith hanging onto the ball, shoveling move over to Brunell, couldn't get it. Rebound is picked up. Far side, Jamie Rooney is on the floor now. Rebound is picked up by Sean Williams, and he'll work it back outside the line.
Yeah, another sloppy play by the Buffalo Bandits. Yeah, another sloppy play. It's probably their 5th, 6th unforced turnover tonight, Johnny.
So Philadelphia with the ball down into the Buffalo zone. This is second quarter action with the Wings leading it 4-3. Feed pass by Tho to the far side, feeding it out in front of 10 for Crowley, but it's picked up by Buffalo, and Billy D. Smith with a foot race and dashing over to the Philadelphia line. Here's Smith with the ball. Feed pass over to Tavares with a shot. And Kirk comes up with the save.
That actually ended up in the back of Kirk's sweater. On the back, Tavares looked like he hit the post. It came immediately off. Great feed by Billy D. Smith. Tavares, the first one out the front door, finds himself all alone. and Kirk equal to the task.
Well, we have another edition of the butt goal scored the other night by the Sabres in that freakish game against Winnipeg, and kind of a carbon copy with Tavares hitting that crossbar into the backside of Kirk. Here comes Philadelphia down in the zone. Ball with it, far side. Ball whisked off one of the Buffalo defenders and hit the netting.
I think that's going to go back to Philadelphia. It went off at Anthony Cosmo, hit the glass, and then went up into the crowd, into the mesh. Buffalo was getting ready to go in transition. The referee said, no, hold on there, fellas. Ball back to the Wings.
Shot clock reset as well. Philadelphia leading it by 4-3. 14-13 in shots. Philadelphia with the ball, left wing side. Shot straight on. Cosmo with the rebound, with the save. Rebound is picked up by Garrett Thole. Over to Ross, down to the far side. Shot straight on, hit the goal post. Rebound, jumps back out at midfield, and it's picked up by Jay Thornburg. Thornburg with the ball. Nice feed pass in front. Couldn't make the connection with Ryan Benesh, and here comes Philadelphia. And this end-to-end action. Early goings of the second quarter with Philadelphia with a 4-3 lead. Brody Merrill with an opening, takes the shot off the stick of Kevin Brunell, and it's still Philadelphia's ball. Plus a reset on the shot clock. So Philadelphia from the far Buffalo corner. Setting up the play. Crowley trying to get a feed away. Goes to Jordan Hall with a shot, and Cosmo comes up nicely with a save. Rebound, pressured on. Philadelphia wins the confrontation, getting it back outside the line. Hall with the ball for Philadelphia. Jordan Hall working it closer to Anthony Cosmo, likes to go to the outside, and a penalty coming up against Buffalo. So extra man onto the turf for Philadelphia, leading it by 4-3. Top of the slot is Ross with a shot, whistles wide. Rebound, Philadelphia. And the ball is intercepted by Dane Smith, and now the first penalty against Buffalo being called here in the second quarter.
I think that's going to go against, if I'm not correct, I think it's going to be Rory Smith as we gets to the box. It's going to be 2 minutes for roughing, as the Philadelphia Wings put a lot of pressure over a 45-second period, 45-second session. And Rory Smith taking no prisoners, got a little bit too rough as he was closing into the house. And Philadelphia going to go on their first power play of the evening.
Staging down into the Buffalo zone. Top of the slot is Kevin Crowley. Back over to Jordan Hall. Crowley now has it. Working from the left down to Hall. Hit the goal post right side of Anthony Cosmo. And the rebound goes to the doorstep of Evan Kirk.
Sometimes you got to be lucky. The posts are your friends. That's the third or fourth iron that the Philadelphia Wings have hit. And we're only 4 minutes into the second quarter.
Rory Smith sits into the penalty box for 124. One of the 4 new faces on the Bandits roster this year. Philadelphia narrowing the margin in front of Anthony Cosmo. Couldn't get the shot away, but the rebound trickles to the top of the slot. Shot straight on. Score! Philadelphia off the stick of Kevin Crowley.
And Kevin Crowley's got some range. He's probably about 25, 35 feet out. Billy D. Smith's kind of got him, kind of shading him because he's playing the 2-on-1. Crowley can throw the behind the back to the right shooter. Billy D. Smith doesn't want to commit. Crowley, the wise veteran, shoots right around him to the far side of Anthony Cosmo. And they're 1-for-1 on the power play and got a 2-goal lead.
5-3 Philadelphia here in the second quarter of play. 10 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. Buffalo immediately over the line from Jay Thornburg. Straw takes the shot. He scores!
What a great move by Thornburg. Again, the primary face-off man for the Buffalo Bandits. Controls the draw, gets up on this short side, and just gives a little juke, gets underneath his man, no help, and buries on Evan Kirk to bring the Buffalo Bandit crowd off their seats and try to create some of this home field advantage. Great goal by Thornburg.
Fourth Buffalo goal of the night scored by Jay Thornburg. Had 2 last year. Excellent draw man, 60% overall, second in the National Lacrosse League. Unassisted goal for Jay Thornburg. Brody Merrill feed pass out in front. Score! Philadelphia. As Brody Merrill set up a running Philadelphia wing right in front And they're back to the 2-goal lead.
Oh, just sweet passing. Jordan Hall just coming off the bench, beating the Buffalo Bandit defender to the net. What a great feed by Brody Merrill, just feathering the pass. Hall doesn't wait too long, gives a little far fake, excuse me, and then comes back to the short side. Goals are coming in bunches right now, Johnny.
So the captain for the Philadelphia Wings, Brody Merrill, setting up the play for Jordan Hall to give the Wings a 6-4 lead. Merrill with 16 assists last year and just threaded that ball perfectly over to Jordan Hall. Here come the Wings again. Thole with a shot saved by Cosmo. Rebound scoots out in front. And hang on now. We'll have a stoppage in play. Rory Smith holding on to the infraction. So it'll be Philadelphia's ball when we come back. 9:54 remaining. Second quarter. 6-4 Philadelphia tonight on ESPN 1520. Buffalo Bandits free mobile app is now available on iTunes and the Android market. It's the best way to stay connected to your Buffalo Bandits around the clock and gives you exclusive access to everything from up-to-the-minute player stats to game night promotions. Download the Bandits mobile app today. John Gertler, Randy Mearns with you this evening. Scott Fleetwood, our director and statistician. Tom Wright's our producer at ESPN 1520 here from the First Niagara Center in downtown Buffalo. 9:54 remaining, quarter number 2, and the Wings, Randy Mearns. 3 goals in 36 seconds. They've got a 6-4 lead.
Yeah, it happens that quick. They got 24 shots with still 9:54 left in the second quarter. Anthony Cosmo's made some really good saves. On the other end, Buffalo's had 4 or 5 one-on-one opportunities against Evan Kirk. John Tavares, Sean Williams out that left-hand door, just unable to bury past the young veteran in Evan Kirk.
24-15 in shots favoring Philadelphia with that 2-goal lead. Ball is at the top of the slot. Crowley feeding it to the far side. There's a shot straight on it. Scissoring save by Cosmo and just holds it before it was starting to roll over the goal line.
Yeah, Kevin Ross was like sitting there looking at it, getting ready to swipe.
Speed of Dane Smith already down back behind the Philadelphia net, near side to Joey Resetares. Played in Calgary last year, hometown Hamburg, right outside Buffalo. Dane Smith now with the ball. Low shot, Kirk with a save. Rebound! And it's stopped by Kirk, even with the net coming off the moorings. And Philadelphia's got the ball. Second quarter action. Philadelphia with a 6-4 lead. Brody Merrill brings it just outside the Buffalo line. Brock held up by a good pick there by Hall. Works it now inside the zone. Jordan Hall with the ball, looking for an opening lane, takes the shot, score! Wow. 7-4 Philadelphia.
Jordan Hall showing his quickness, gives another little quick juke. There's 2 Buffalo defenders. He gets on the inside edge, and by the time the third guy can slide, nobody's there. And he just goes far side, ever so slightly, over the left hand or the right hand of Anthony Cosmo. And that is number 2 for Hall on the evening, and they're up by 3.
7th-year pro, scored 24 goals in 2008 and 25 and 9. And last year only 14 goals, but boy, he is a hot one tonight on the 26th shot by Philadelphia, leading it now 7-4. Here with 8:30 remaining in quarter number 2. Rooney with the ball to the right wing side of it. Sean Williams deep into the corner to Tavares. Back to Williams with a shot. Kirk with a save. Rebound. Score!
Oh.
In the crease.
And they're waving that off. as Jamie Rooney picked up a nice, easy GB. But the referees say, nah, you know what? You had that left foot in the crease, no goal. And the Wings immediately back on the attack.
No flag out by the coaching staff as well for the challenge. So the play down to the Buffalo zone. Score, Philadelphia, off the stick of Jordan Hall.
Wow, and then we got the yellow flag. I don't know if it's too late for the yellow flag to get out there, unless it's now on this goal that Jordan Hall just scored. Jordan Hall, this would be number 3 on the night. He again just slips the stream, finds the seam right in front of the net. No Buffalo defender on him. That little pick and roll, and he buries to the short side of Anthony Cosmo. Let's see if this one's going to count.
Well, just seconds after the Jordan Hall score, the flag comes from the Buffalo bench. So the little conference now to the referee's half circle here at center field of the First Niagara Center.
Now I'm wondering what wasn't it a 10-second time limit after some form of, good goal, bad goal if you wanted a challenge. There was there was a time limit, and I believe it was 10 seconds that you had to throw the flag out. Now again, Philadelphia actually then transitioned the ball, got the ball down, ran a play. And I think that took a little bit longer than 10 seconds, so I don't know if this flag is going to be valid.
Well, a heated conversation by Troy Cordingley now with the referee of tonight's game. He's all the way to the end of the bench. And
the crowd's just loving it.
Trying to get things warmed up here, and he's doing it single-handedly from behind the Buffalo bench. Head coach Troy Cordingley not happy with the non-review by the on-field officials and the shot clock operator as well, as Philadelphia has a 4-goal lead at 8-4.
Yeah, and Jordan Hall scoring a natural hat trick. Goals number 6, 7, and 8 for the Philadelphia Wings, all right in front of the net, all on pick and rolls or slipstreams. No help on the Buffalo defense, and Jordan Hall has made the Buffalo Bandits pay.
Coming in bunches, in Philadelphia working on it again as Ross is there. Kevin Ross from the outside, near side play. Trying to twirl in front of Anthony Cosmo, and Cosmo making the save. And hang on, we're going to have a holding call, and that will go against Buffalo.
Yeah, David Brock had lost his stick, so it's over here on the near side. So they go one-on-one on David Brock. He has no stick. Now you can try to defend, and now they're saying that, maybe you kind of give a little bit of a grip. And David Brock's going like, well, what did you want me to do? I can play without my stick, or can I not?
So three first quarter penalties against Philadelphia. Now the tables are turning here in the second quarter.
And a ton of momentum the Philadelphia Wings way.
1 for 1 on the power play for Philadelphia up their 2 shots. See what they can do here with 7:05 remaining in the second quarter with the man advantage. Jordan Hall deep into the corner. Ross top of the shot slot. There's the Crowley, his shot off the screen, so it'll be Buffalo's ball, and Cosmo will waste little time to get it back over to Buffalo. Steve Priolo brings it out for the Bandits at midfield. Buffalo changing up on the fly. In over the line is Joey Restataras. Right wing pass. Works it back over to Jamie Rooney. Denied on that goal for being inside the crease. And again, an errant pass picked up by Philadelphia, and they're charging now. In over the line comes Jordan Hall with that natural hat trick. Feed pass to the far side over to Kyle Sweeney looking for an opening. Over the shoulder feed, tipping it back over to Tracy Kelusky. And Kelusky, who set up the first goal of the night for Philadelphia, flips the ball back over to Sweeney, now to Kelusky. Hall with it, top of the slot to Crowley. Near side as it goes to Ross. Takes the shot, Cosmo with the save. Rebound out in front. Swatted onto the turf, scrambled for the ball, continues, swept out, nobody there, and a mad dash, and it's picked up by Kelusky. 8-4 Philadelphia here with 5:54 remaining in the second quarter. 30 seconds left on the penalty call to David Brock for holding. Hall from the right wing position, narrows the margin to the top of the slot. There's a drive by Crowley. Hitting the ball. Shot clock is not reset, 10 seconds remaining. And another penalty coming up against Buffalo. So the extra man is out there on the turf, and Cosmo will just let it sit there. Take some more time up, and another penalty coming up against the play of Buffalo Bandits here in the second quarter, Randy.
Yeah, they just kind of seem to be playing with some desperation. you know, unsettled communication on the defense, knowing who's going where. Again, this is a whole new group, a young group with that veteran, you know, that veteran mix. But the communication on the defensive side of the ball seems to not be there. You know, and then I think that this kind of like really brought in where they're taking some penalties, got to grab, you know, not rotating to the right spots. And it's just a shooting gallery right now on Anthony Cosmo by the Philadelphia Wings.
Was a two-man advantage for 5 seconds. Now Brock is from the penalty box, and he is free and clear. But now we're going to have another penalty coming up against Buffalo as Hall was taken down to the turf on a hard shot. And now we've got a pushing and shove match in front of the Buffalo net.
Yeah, a wily old veteran move by Kevin Ross, as he knew that David Brock, who just came out of the box, is going to now get a penalty with the arms up. He just chucks it in to Anthony Cosmo to kill the play. So now all of a sudden you have a 5-on-3 for almost 2 minutes. You score one, then you have your 5-on-4. And as he was trying to go to the net, because if they can't reach into the crease, Anthony Cosmo's doing the old shuffle, trying to block Ross, which then kind of brought everybody in, especially when it's around a goaltender, John.
And Billy D. Smith reluctantly goes to the Bandits box, and 1:39 left in Steve Priolo's call. And now a call on Billy D. Smith. So a two-man advantage for Philadelphia, and they lead it by 4, 8-4. We'll see what the call is. Priolo now going to the bench.
Yeah, I was pretty certain that it was David Brock who came off. His penalty got released and was trying to get back into the play. We haven't seen the replay on this.
There's penalties. Billy Smith, 2 minutes for roughing. Rory Smith, 2 minutes for elbowing. Due to the number of penalties, Philadelphia is avoiding a penalty shot.
Ah, the good old penalty shot rule. So we have Billy D. Smith for elbow, Rory Smith for roughing. Plus there was a third penalty, but when you have 3 penalties, as opposed to having the third penalty, the Philadelphia Wings are going to get a penalty shot.
A rarity in the National Lacrosse League, and it's Jordan Hall with a shot. He scores. Goal number 4 on the night.
And that's 4 in a row for 44, Johnny.
Yeah.
So that's got to be a power play marker then, statistically, no?
Oh, it's an open field. Yeah, why not?
Like, think that through. And they're still going to have a 5-on-3 man advantage. Boy, everything's going the Philadelphia Wings way. You know, Buffalo's got to get a little bit more composed. They got to try to survive this 5-on-3, get onto a 5-on-5 situation, settle the ball, control it, and try to keep this momentum the Philadelphia Wings have built, you know, to a minimum, or this could get away from them real quick.
Second quarter action, 9-4 Philadelphia. Jordan Hall right back onto the turf now with 4 straight. Over to Kevin Crowley, deep into the corner, blocked by Cosmo. Hall gets the rebound. Now to the near side of the Buffalo line. Hall back to the top of the slot. Crowley back to Hall. Now in front there to Kevin Ross. Couldn't get the shot away. Left it back to Hall. Now to Crowley with a shot goes wide. Rebound off the back of the Buffalo net. And it's picked up by Philadelphia, but it'll be Bandits ball when we come back. Hang on now. 9-4 Philadelphia. Second quarter action tonight on ESPN 1520.
Exclusive NLL content, including weekly shows and player interviews from around the league. It's free of charge. For more information, visit NLL.com. Don't forget to stop by the Miller Lite post-game party at Cobblestone for great Bandit prizes. Opportunity to hang out with your favorite Bandit players and Bandettes. Keep in mind the party's 21 and over. Check it out tonight.
Get some new team gear for the season by visiting the NLL shop online. You can go to shop.nll.com for the best prices and selection on clothing and accessories for all 9 teams. With flat rate shipping and no hassle returns, the NLL shop is a place for all things NLL. Visit shop.nll.com today. John Gertler, Randy Mearns with you this evening. Scott Fleetwood, our statistician and director here in Buffalo, and Tom Wright's back at ESPN 1520. Man, talk about one quarter to another, and it's just been all Philadelphia here in this second quarter of play, and they are on a run. 4 goals by Jordan Hall.
Yeah, Jordan Hall is came through, had some knee surgery a year and a half ago or so. Kind of battled through last year. Didn't have a spectacular year for the Philadelphia Wings, but has rehabbed, got stronger, got faster, stays on a training regimen, and it's really proven. For him tonight, he's just flying by guys. He's got that quick step, and he's making it happen for the Philadelphia Wings.
2-man advantage continues now for 1 minute and 5 seconds. Mark Stainhouse hanging onto that ball as the shot clock goes down to 5 seconds, and Stainhouse single-handedly hanging onto that ball. And now Stainhouse's helmet is ripped off, and a penalty coming up against Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Joel White. He's going to go to the box for 2. As Mark Stainhouse tried to split the defenders, and the shot clock was actually running down, and I think Joel White came up a little bit too high and flipped the skid lid off. He's going to serve 2 in the box, but the Wings still have that 4-on-3 advantage. The good news is Buffalo will start with the ball, be able to kill another 30 seconds.
Joel White goes to the box, 2 minutes for roughing. Stainhouse with the ball, in over the line. He goes from the slot area, feed pass to Williams with a shot. Kirk with a save, rebound, jumps out in front. It's picked up by Brody Merrill.
Yeah, no luck for Sean Williamson. It's probably about his 5th shot on net, in front of the net. Just can't seem to solve the mystery of Evan Kirk.
Philadelphia leading it 9-4 here in the second quarter of play. From the corner, Pulaski setting it up for Hall. Far side now as Hall now gets the ball straight on to Cosmo, who will scissor it up between his pads. It's got the new design on the pads down there, Randy. Have you noticed that the Bandits logo that you see out in the center of the field on each pad? Kind of at your eyes there. Dane Smith with the ball inside the Philadelphia zone. 5 seconds left in the double call to Buffalo. Rooney with the ball from the slot area. Here comes Rooney with a shot, saved by Kirk. Rooney went inside the crease area again. And then Rooney is just smashed along the boards after the play, and another Philadelphia call coming up.
And how quickly the tide can change. Philadelphia being a little undisciplined. First, the Joel White penalty, where there was really no need to take a penalty because that shot clock was down to 2 seconds left. And now all of a sudden an inadvertent where Philadelphia is going to get the ball, and they cheap shot Jamie Rooney. And let's catch the number on that. That is number 7, Kyle Sweeney. And now it's a 3-on-3 situation. And as a matter of fact, in 1 second, now they're going to have a 4-on-3 with one of the penalties being released. Now it's a 5-on-3 Buffalo's way.
Go with the ball just to the outside. There's a shot by Banesh. Whistles off to the side of Kirk. The shot clock reset, but Philadelphia wisely comes up with the ball, and they work it back out at midfield. 9-4 Philadelphia with 2:37 remaining here in the second quarter. In over the line they go. No connection made, intended for Crowley, so Buffalo's got the ball, and Friolo's with it. Feed pass over to shot on, score! Williams!
And Tavares out the front door. Again, that quick transition. Buffalo has the 5-on-3 advantage. No wonder Tavares is quick out the front door, and he makes no mistake. He just pounds this ball on the short side of Evan Kirk to awaken the Buffalo Bandit crowd, and that's what they need. But how quickly the momentum can change. Thornburg, one of the best drawmen in the National Lacrosse League. Buffalo still has a 5-on-4 opportunity with Kyle Sweeney with 1:25 left in his penalty.
The 4-goal run by Jordan Hall is history, as Sean Williams scores his first of the season. 9-5 Philadelphia. Philadelphia in over the line. Working it over to Kyle Ross. Kevin Ross, that is. From the right wing side. Blaine Harrison's crew setting up the play. Ross taking the shot with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Rebound is picked up by Buffalo. Pete Friolo. Back over to Dane Smith making the transition for the Bandits. Forward stepping out onto the turf, led by Mark Stainhouse. along with John Tavares. Joey Resetaris out there. Tavares from the top of the slot leading the power play. Now to the near side. Banesh back to Tavares. Now to Stainhouse with his shot. He scores!
And that's more like bandit ball there, Johnny. Sure, they're on the power play, but against that crisp passing. It goes from Tavares down low over to Stainhouse. He kicks it to Tavares. Tavares back to him. They can't rotate it, and he sells Kirk on this one. Stainhouse looks far side. Kirk bites, and he comes on a high bouncer back to the short side. And just like that, you kind of feel this stagnant air is now lifted. Buffalo Bandits got a little bit of momentum. They're still in this game, only down by 3. And they capitalize on 2 power play markers.
13th season in the National Lacrosse League. Mark Stainhouse with his first of the season. 9 20-goal seasons for Mark Stainhouse. And a 2-goal run for Buffalo. But here comes Philadelphia knocking on the door. Shoulder save by Anthony Cosmo. Now outlet pass over to Dane Smith, turning on the speed. Buffalo quickly changing back under the Philadelphia zone. Smith digging his way. He's got a shot, takes it. Kirk with a save and the rebound. Jumps along the boards. Tavares is there. Blind over the shoulder feed, stolen by Philadelphia. Wiedemeyer works it back to the far side. Shot straight on. Kick save by Cosmo.
Oh, that was a big save by Cosmo, keeping this game within 3 on one of the best players in the National Lacrosse League.
Here's a break for Buffalo. Brunel, he scores!
And the speed of Brunel, the youngster out of Robert Morris. He finds himself the loose ball after a great save by Cosmo on Kevin Crawley. Races down the floor, gains a step, and gives the old far short side. And boy, everybody's off their seats in Bandit land, and they're down by 2. 27 seconds left in the second quarter. Great.
Very important for Buffalo, sweeping it from the face-off as Thornburg, but it's picked up by Philadelphia, swatted away, and the Bandits now with the ball. 16 seconds left, looking for the timeout, and they will take it with 12.6 seconds remaining. Buffalo on a 3-goal run here in the closing minutes of the second quarter, and you're right, Randy Mearns, this house is back to a very lively movement.
Oh, it was there as Jordan Hall was just giving a clinic. It just got like worse and worse. It was like, you know, it was like a funeral in here. Just everybody kind of wondering what was going on. And then all of a sudden, it started with Sean Williams, you know, from the resulting of Philadelphia all of a sudden getting a little undisciplined. They're up, they got a 5-goal lead, and then they take a cheap shot, and then they take another cheap shot. Buffalo gets on a run. They got an opportunity to bring this game within 12.6 seconds left. Dan Teat and Troy Cordling probably going to design one quick final play, going to go 6-on-5. And if they score this one, this house is going to go nuts.
A lot of rubber tonight fired by Philadelphia. 40 shots on goal so far in this game to Buffalo's 24. It's 9-7 Philadelphia, but Buffalo on the 3-goal run started at 12:35 of the second quarter. Followed up at 13:21 and 14:22. Here we go with Buffalo controlling the ball. 12.6 seconds remaining. Stainhouse has it in the webbing of his stick immediately to the top of the slot. Back over to Sean Williams, dashes in front of the net. Stainhouse back over to Williams. Williams feed past the Resetaris. Rebound! Over the shoulder shot by Rooney. But the quarter will end, and we go to halftime with Philadelphia hanging on to a 2-goal lead, 9-7. Buffalo looking to get back on the track here, coming back in the second half. Bud Bailey of the Buffalo News, our halftime guest, coming up after this timeout on ESPN 1520.
Hey, Bandits fans, the Bandit Brigade, the official fan club of the Buffalo Bandits, is having a raffle tonight. Proceeds of the raffle being donated to the Variety Club of Western New York. Visit the brigade at their table in the West Pavilion for raffle information and to find out how you can support the Buffalo Bandits on the road. Come by and meet the Bandit Brigade. Bandit fans, be sure to check out the McDonald's Family 4-pack. Just $89 gets you 4 300-level tickets and dinner for 4 from McDonald's. This package is available for all Bandit regular season home games during the 2014 season. Get Futures today at account services or bandits.com. All right, folks, as you can see, we're getting ready, getting prepared.
It's time for
What do you want to do for goals, Tom?
Call it hamster ball race. We've got two. We've got Maggie.
Okay, thanks.
Maggie's from Fredonia, and Sean from Oswego is in the yellow. They're going to have to race down the field and around the nets to win some bandit merchandise. The first one to do so is going to win some gear. And, of course, Rax is going to be hanging out, and you never know, you might get hit. Are we ready? Maggie, Sean, can you hear me? Are we ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go! And they're out. Maggie looking good. Sean is kicking it up a little bit. Oh, here comes Sean. He's working fast. Oh, Rax! Just wiped out Maggie. Rax is eyeballing Sean. Oh, Sean got pummeled. This is where it gets a little crazy. Oh, there's a little bump. Maggie getting tripped up. Speed bump. Rax, you better hustle on this. Looks like Sean's going to take this, Rax. Rax has got no legs. That's all there is to it. And the winner is going to be, it's getting close. Maggie making it tight. Oh, folks, big round of applause for Sean. Congratulations. Won himself some Bandits merchandise.
Goal extravaganza by Jordan Hall. 4 straight in their second quarter of play. Vaulted the Wings to a 9-7 lead. Scoring started at 2:49 of the first quarter by Philadelphia. Buffalo getting on the scoreboard 7:49. Ryan Banesh, welcome to the Bandits. That's Banesh getting the goal, his first of the season from John Tavares and Dane Smith. Philadelphia follows up with the goal. Buffalo ties it with defenseman Glenn Bryan. First of the season, Philadelphia follows up with 2, and then Buffalo on the scoreboard to come within 1. It's Ryan Banesh with his second. How important is the draw? Well, at 4:23, Jay Thornburg just picks it up and single-handedly goes in to, again, bring Buffalo within 1. First of the season for one of the league's top draw men, Jay Thornburg. And then it's the Jordan Hall show. 4 straight. Buffalo finally stopping that 4-goal run, 12:35. It goes to Sean Williams. $13.21. It goes to Mark Stainhouse. Mark Stainhouse with his first of the season, bringing Buffalo on the run, the second goal of the 3-goal run, and it's capped off at 14:22 with Kevin Brunell.
This is Buffalo Bandits lacrosse. Get your tickets now. Starting at just $28 or representing 4 pack for just $89.
We'll leave it at that. A break for Buffalo. That's right. 3 straight goals to come within 2. We are hovering, taking a collective breath here at halftime. 9-7 Philadelphia. Bud Bailey from the Buffalo News joins us as a part of our tradition in the broadcast coverage, as he's done over the course of years. And Bud, very quickly from your behalf, are you tired?
I am very tired, and it's only halftime of the first game. We got 17 and a half games to go. I don't know how you're doing as the announcer trying to keep up with all this.
Well, I tell you, Philadelphia marking those 3 within a matter of 36 seconds. That was quick, and then Jordan Hall playing very well. First things first, to the business. Bud Bailey, being a part of the Buffalo sports scene over the years and as part of Buffalo News covering the Buffalo Bandits, but also as an author. The 3rd book by Bud Bailey, and it's called 366 Days of Milestones. Today in Buffalo Sports History. Bud.
You got that backwards. Today in Buffalo Sports History is the title. Let's get, my publisher would be yelling at me if I didn't get that right. But yes, thank you, John, for mentioning it. It's available at all fine bookstores, and it was a lot of fun to put together. Came out couple months ago, and most people seem to like it. You even bought a copy, and I appreciate that.
366 days.
Yes, even leap year, which not much has happened in Buffalo sports on leap year, but the Sabres got a win in 1976 on February 29th.
When you do book signings or you're out into the public, the first thing they do is slip over to everybody's birthday. I thought that was an interesting note.
Absolutely. Everybody turns and says what happened on my specific birthday. That it really surprised me. I never saw that coming.
What motivated you to write this book?
Well, I had done a series of articles for the Buffalo News over 2 years reviewing what had happened on each day during the course of the year, one by one, obviously, and the response was really terrific. And I had all sorts of notes collected or whatever, and I went to the publisher and said, I got all this information, and he said, well, I'll do a book on this. And I said, okay. So I had to rewrite everything because the News has a copyright to the material, but the information is basically the same that was in the series, updated, of course, over a couple of years. And presto, we have a book. And I haven't heard many complaints yet that I left anything out, which you're always afraid of, or too many mistakes. So I feel pretty good about that a few months in.
Bud Bailey of the Buffalo News, our halftime guest here at the First Niagara Center, where the Philadelphia Wings are leading at 9-7. Your first book, Celebrate Their Tradition, written in 1989 for the Buffalo Sabres celebration of one of their anniversaries, and then Razor's Edge in 2007. You're expanding your horizons now away from hockey, and you're getting into this wide world of wacky sports.
Yeah, I try to tell people, John, that this gave me the chance to be a commentator and a columnist like those Jerry Sullivan and Bucky Gleason guys, that I could do that about every sport that's ever happened in Buffalo and every event, so I could give my own opinions on it. So that was kind of the fun part of it.
In your opinion, what is the strangest this day in Buffalo history sports?
Ooh, that covers a lot of ground, and I think of the time that a Buffalo Bison's manager befriended a actor who was a little person or dwarf or whatever, and signed him to a contract to a late season game, and he put him in the lineup in the 9th inning, and he got a single and scored the run. This was 40 years before Eddie Goodell played for the St. Louis Browns in a very celebrated incident involving owner Bill Veeck, and the Bisons beat him to it. But all sorts of things have happened in Buffalo. We've had, Joe Louis fought here, and Jack Dempsey fought here and came to a speed skating event at Delaware Park. You go through 150 years of history all the way back into the Civil War, and it's quite amazing how Buffalo has hosted so many events. Jim Thorpe has played here, Babe Ruth, and so on down the line. It's pretty amazing.
Halftime here at First Niagara Center, where the Wings have a 9-7 lead over the Buffalo Bandits. We're speaking with Bud Bailey of the Buffalo News. Today in Buffalo sports history, 366 days of milestones. Where can we get this book?
Everywhere. At fine bookstores throughout Western New York, and it's also at buffalobooks.com.
To the game at hand, and more importantly, overall in the National Lacrosse League, Bud, in covering during the offseason, labor peace between the players and the league. The CBA back in October goes to 2020.
Obviously, John, the league has tried to become stable. I think that was its first step. The league had a stretch where it tried expanding everywhere, and it didn't really work, and it went through contractions almost on a every other year basis. We've lost teams in places like Orlando and the New York City area and Boston and so forth, and one last move here. We'll see if it is the last one, where the team in Seattle wound up going to suburban Vancouver. We'll see if that works. But really, the league needed some cost certainty as it could go from here, and they negotiated a contract. I think the players intelligently realized that it wasn't a great situation for either side, and they needed to get something to get the ground firm where they could build on it. And hopefully, from the league standpoint, that deal that was reached between the two sides will do that.
Rosters goes down from 24 to 20, and also changing out on the game roster from 16 runners to 2 goaltenders.
That's right, and that's going to have an effect. Obviously, there are a few more players available now. In fact, the Bandits' first pick that came in the second round, and I forget his name off the top of my head, but wound up not making the team here and was picked up for Toronto's practice squad, and that's probably going to be pretty indicative of what's going on in the league this year, about how guys will just bounce around, because the league is so competitive that if you don't make a roster here, you just might squeeze in somewhere else. It's all 9 teams are going to be pretty good.
Bud Bailey, the Buffalo News, our halftime guest from the First Niagara Center, where the Philadelphia Wings have a 9-7 lead over the Buffalo Bandits. Playoff changes, and that includes going into the finals and the championship game with a 2-game series. And then 10.
That's right. I thought it was a good move to cut from 8 to 6 teams making the playoffs. I thought 8 out of 9 was just not a good number. Obviously, the Bandits are on the outside looking in, so they could have used an expansion, but you got to have a little something to play for in the regular season, and I think this is a help. The second place team gets a home game, and then the winner of that first series goes into that best of 2, which I love to say just because it sounds so silly, but there's now a mini game if you divide the first 2 games, a little 10-minute game, and that's for the conference finals and the championship. So they're experimenting, and we'll see how the best of 2 works in the final 2 rounds, but at least in the finals, each team will get a home. I think that's a good step in the direction. You know, they've got a problem, and they've gone to an 18-game season. They want to get the playoffs done a week before Memorial Day because of the buildings and all that, and summer, and they think they can do it. Minnesota has been stockpiling #1 draft choices for the last couple of years in the NCAA tournament. I don't know if they can win this tournament, but they've got so many great young players in there that if they can develop, arguably one of the top 5 or top 10 players in this league. And
positive going into the 2000.
Neil has been around for a while, and I've gotten to know him a little bit in the league and what the league has to do to go. It's survived these 25 years. It certainly had its ups and downs, and it's now a matter of just trying to make these little steps to make it grow. He said that certainly Canada is probably the league's future, and he wants to get into big cities like Montreal and Ottawa are going to be 2 logical steps, and I don't know if Hamilton can coexist in this corner of the world, but you'd think that might be a
Underway for the third quarter of play here for the First Niagara Center. Philadelphia with a 9-7 lead from the draw. Philadelphia pushing the ball down to the Buffalo zone. The Bandits will attack to the right and protect to the left, and it's carried out by Buffalo. And play resuming down into the zone. Immediately a shot on by Dane Smith. Evan Kirk coming up with a nice save in the early minutes here of this third quarter of play. Philadelphia on a 4-goal run, and the second quarter led by all Jordan Hall.
Yeah, it certainly was. But good for Buffalo. They were able to respond. They didn't panic. They got 3 of their own. Could have had one late with Brownell with the 6-on-5 advantage right at the end of the quarter. But they're back into the game. The crowd's back into the game, John. Huge momentum swing for the Buffalo Bandits. They're late.
Bandits on a 3-goal run here in this game. There's a long shot just at the closing moments of the shot clock. And the Bandits will make the transition out of their own zone. Front door opens up and the forwards run out. Led by Kevin Brunell, one of the goal scorers tonight. Out of the near side, awaiting John Tavares, feeding an attempt to Mark Stainhouse, but it's intercepted on the fly by Philadelphia, and here they come dashing down on a 3-on-2 from the top of the slot. Shot is blocked by one of the Bandit players. That's going to leave a mark on John Tavares.
Yeah, not only the shot, and then he got run over by Rannigan as well.
9-7 Philadelphia. The early goings of this third quarter of play tonight from the First Niagara Center in downtown Buffalo. Game number 1 for the Bandits and Wings. Shot wide. Held on to the shoulder of Anthony Cosmo. Rebound into the far corner. Still Philadelphia's ball, plus the shot clock being reset. Powering us Grant Thurl with a shot. Stopped by Cosmo. Rebound Buffalo. Getting it out of their own zone. Awaiting now is Derek Suddens, who brings it outside the Philadelphia line. Good feed pass over to Sean Williams. Williams top of the slot. Tipping it now over to Ryan Benesh. Back to the outside to Dane Smith. Pulling a shift up front. Here's Smith with a shot. Kirk with a save. Rebound. Tipped into the near Philadelphia corner, and the Wings get it out of their own zone with Matt Dash down the left wing line. End of the line they go. Play is set up, and a bouncing ball kicked off by Anthony Cosmo.
Yeah,
gets control of the ball.
Cosmo had to be quick there. Went off of one of the Buffalo Bandit defenders. Almost went to the far side. Cosmo throwing up the big right pad.
Halftime score, Rochester leading Minnesota 4-2. Edmonton and Colorado. That'll be a 9 o'clock start, 3 minutes. Out west, bouncing ball, Sweeney. Right wing pass down the lane. Constable had it there. Now it's picked up by the Bandits. Settling the forces just outside the line. Stainhouse feeding it to Benesh. Benesh over to Tavares. Tavares, pass intercepted by Philadelphia. Returning it back out immediately to the line. Good defensive play by Brett Manny. Now Philadelphia with the ball. In over the line they go to the near side. Tracy Kelusky setting up the game's first goal. Has it from the left point. Skirts to the slot area. Takes a shot. He scores! Tracy Kelusky scoring his first of the season.
Yeah, showing that the veteran still got some quick feet. He goes run right, left, right, left, right, left. Gets back up over top and throws a howitzer back to the short side on Cosmo to extend the lead back by 3 for the Philadelphia Wings.
So the 43rd shot on goal finds twine, led by former Buffalo Bandit Tracy Kelusky. First of the season. 14-year pro Tracy Kelusky. And here come the Wings again from the corner. Kevin Ross feeding it back to the outside. Over to Crowley. Crowley trying to deke his way from the Buffalo defenders. An errant pass placed on the boards. Gornberg couldn't pick it up. Now David Brock has got to go back for it at his own line. Forced along to the right wing boards. Brock losing control of the ball. And that will be picked up by Philadelphia and worked right back out to midfield. Crowley tips it just outside the line, being hampered by Buffalo defender Steve Priolo. 10:43 left to play here in this third quarter. Philadelphia with a 3-goal lead, 10-7. They've got control of the ball to the right wing side now. Working Working it out in front, shot straight on. Cosmo is there with the save, and here comes Buffalo. Steve Priolo got an open lane. Holds up right at the Philadelphia line, but dashes in as a part of the offensive thrust and will bring it back out, getting everybody into position. So Priolo does a feed pass to the far side. Benesh from the corner, deking it is Stainhouse. Taking a look from the left point, hanging onto that ball with 5 to shoot. Stainhouse tried to feed Joey Recitaris, but couldn't do it. And here comes Philadelphia. Back out to midfield. Kyle Sweeney with it now. Tips it out to the outside as Blaine Harrison's crew changes up on the fly, leading it by 3, 10-7. Top of the slot. Works it back over to Kelusky. Working it from the slot area. Couldn't hang on to the ball. We'll have an over and back charge on Philadelphia, so it'll give Buffalo a chance to work this ball. When we come back here in the third quarter of play with Philadelphia leading it 10-7 tonight on ESPN 1520.
Section 105, 106. We've got our contestant Neil, and if Neil is going to attempt to answer a Buffalo Bandit trivia question, if he gets it correctly, he's going to win an autographed Buffalo Bandit jersey. The question is, Neil, which Buffalo Bandit player led the team in points last season? Was it A, Mark Stainhouse, or B, Sean Williams? A or B? What do you think, Neil? Stainhouse or Williams? He's thinking B. Folks, do you think he's right? He is Sean Williams. Congratulations, you won an autographed Buffalo Bandit jersey. Thanks for playing Buffalo. What? Everybody get up.
A holiday hello to all Philadelphia Wings fans watching us on the Lacrosse Network tonight. The Wings home opener is on Sunday, January 12th at 4 o'clock against the Buffalo Bandits. For tickets, visit wingslats.com. John Kirkler, Randy Mearns with you this evening. Scott Fleetwood, our director and statistician, statsman. Tom Wrights, our producer. See what the Bandits can do here on this set down into the Philadelphia zone from the corner. Ball is worked by Benesh to the far side. Now over to Dane Smith. Here's Smith with a shot. He scores!
And that's what the youngster brings to the table. For a 6'3" athlete, he's pretty shifty and just explodes by the Wings defender to the short side. And as he's getting hit, he kind of gets a little bit high and comes directly straight down with the ball to the far side of Evan Kirk. And again, Buffalo still remains in this game. Huge goal by the youngster.
A member of the all-rookie team last year, Dane Smith, who netted 24, leading Buffalo in that statistic. That's his first of the season. Buffalo comes within 2, trying to make it 1-1. Shot by Stainhouse off the shoulder of Kirk. Rebound Buffalo. Here's Benesh in traffic. Takes the shot. Kirk kicking the ball out in front and picked up by Philadelphia. Scooping the ball down the left wing side. Chad Wiedemeyer leaving it with Brody Merrill. And Blaine Harrison's crew changing immediately on the fly, led by Kevin Crawley. Crawley now tips the ball back over to Kevin Ross. Wings leading it 10-8 here in the third quarter. In over the line comes Philadelphia. From the slot area, shot saved by Cosmo. Rebound picked up by the newcomer Andrew Watt. One of the 4 new players in the Bandits roster. John Tavares runs out, leads the charge of offensive players down into the Philadelphia zone. He's to the near side. Deeks closer to Kirk. Fires it back over to the far side, over to Dane Smith. Here's Smith in the lane. Takes the shot, and Kirk comes up with a nice save. 46 shots on goal by Philadelphia to Buffalo's 29. Wings leading it 10-8. In over the line they go to the near side. Tracy Kelusky with the shot. He scores. Or is that on the side? Yes, he is. He scores. Kelusky with his second of the night.
Yeah, number 2 for the former Buffalo Bandit. He just uses a little bit of a screen by 2-3 guys coming back up over top as he received the ball from Kyle Buchanan and just throws an overhand kind of coming low. I don't think Cosmo really seen it, and it just squeaks through the legs and into the short side on the Buffalo Bandit goaltender to regain that 3-goal margin, Johnny.
63, Jason Gillespie.
Custabill and Thornburg on the draw, swept into the Buffalo zone. Sweeney is checked along the boards. More checking going on. Loose ball picked up by the Bandits, and it'll be worked over to Jay Thornburg. 11-8 Philadelphia here in the third quarter of play. Jay Thornburg picks up the ball and works it now over to Sean Williams. Williams tipping it back over to Stainhouse, cradling in the webbing of his stick over the shoulder feed intended for Rooney. He's held up on the play, and that's worked up along the far boards into the Philadelphia corner. Still a scramble for the ball continues, and it'll be Philadelphia's ball with 7 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. And they lead it by 3.
Yeah, the crowd thought there should have been at least a possession call for the Buffalo Bandits. Rooney was kind of in a headlock by one of the Philadelphia wing defenders for probably about 10 seconds there, but no call.
Philadelphia working the ball straight on. A shot by Crowley off the pads of Cosmo. Rebound into the far Buffalo corner. Scramble for the ball continues. Rory Smith in there as well. Chopping away at the ball is David Brock. Smith powering it along the boards, trying to keep it going. Priolo trying to get a piece of it. And the ball breaks free, but they're going to award it back over to Philadelphia. Wings with the ball just outside the line to the near side. Picked up by Buchanan. Far side play. Over the shoulder feed into traffic. There's Crowley with an over-the-shoulder shot wide of the Buffalo net, and the ball picked up by Steve Priolo, leading Buffalo's charge to midfield. Troy Cordingley's crew changing up on the fly, led by John Tavares. Here's Tavares with a shot, and Kirk comes up with a save. Rebound, Philadelphia. And a break out of their own zone, but play is held up, and ball is rewarded back to Buffalo. Tavares with a shot, Kirk with a save. Rebound, Philadelphia. On the short surge by Buffalo here in the third quarter, down 11-8. 5:43 remaining. Picked up by Philadelphia, goes in over the line, works it to the far side. There's a mad dash, score Philadelphia, but I think that's going to be waved off, and one of the Philadelphia players called for crease violation.
Yeah, that's big Garrett Thal. He's big. Billy D. Smith's thinking about it. They're thinking about it. Here they go.
Billy D. Smith. Oh, the youngster wrestling match down onto the turf.
And that's all a result of Garrett Thole. He goes up underneath on the original play. The ball goes into the net, but then he runs into Anthony Cosmo. Billy D. Smith not having any of that. He's going to welcome the youngster to the National Lacrosse League, Johnny.
Rookie Garrett Thole meeting Billy D. Smith. Couldn't get any real punches thrown until they got all their equipment off, and then they got into a wrestling match down on the turf just to the outside door of the Buffalo Bandits bench.
Like I was surprised that Coach Harrison didn't throw the yellow marker. From up here, it kind of looked like a good goal before Thole actually ended up into the crease and hit into Cosmo. The ball had gone over the goal line, from my opinion. But, you know, maybe there's, in terms of the contact to, the goaltender, because they waved it off originally. Then that's when Billy D. Smith took it upon himself to bring the youngsters a nice introduction to the National Lacrosse League.
They did fire the hanky out there.
Okay, it is out there.
Blaine Harris's crew did a 50-yard pass, and it's just outside the face-off circle at center. So the yellow flag is on the turf. The challenge being made. But the conference continues with the officials in their half circle down at center field at First Niagara Center, where the Wings with an 11-8 lead, and we'll find out what the situation is going to be, whether the call will be awarded to review or denied. Buffalo a little late at throwing the yellow flag in the first half of play, and they were denied their review. And we'll see what happens here with Blaine Harrison's request of a review of the shot by the rookie Garrett Thole.
Yeah, again, the timing issue. It doesn't look like Coach Harrison's liking the ruling by the referee. Kind of rolls his eyes a little bit. Coach accordingly being polite to the referees. You know, it's kind of an ebb and flow.
At this particular moment, yes.
Yeah.
So we'll see if the replay will be allowed or not. Now having a conversation with the off-field officials. And no, they will not award the replay, and the play will resume with Buffalo hanging onto the ball from midfield. Stainhouse from Williams, back over to Ryan Banesh, back to Williams with a shot, Kirk with a save, rebound back over to Kirk, and he'll make the outlet pass down the left wing lane to Brody Merrill, the captain of the Wings. Guiding his forces right to the line. Merrill remains on the rush as he tipped it to the near side, now to the far side, and Merrill's got it down in the corner. 5:10 remaining here in the third quarter, 11-8, Philadelphia. In over the line is Tracy Kelusky to the near side. Takes a look, waits for traffic to open up, goes to the far side, and intended for Hall. 4 goals in the second quarter of play of tonight's game by Jordan Hall. And now Buffalo with the control of the ball has it. In over the line they come. Nice play by Glenn Bryan, one of the goal scorers tonight for Buffalo. Leaving it right to the line and then dishing it off over to John Tavares, who's got it down inside the Philadelphia zone. Tavares hitting the head shot by Banesh just to the left side of the Philadelphia net, and a penalty coming up against Philadelphia as Tavares was jammed with a high stick in the helmet. And now Banesh with that ball. Finally Buffalo slow to get it.
Oh, they're saying
the extra attacker, and the shoveling move by Joey Resetaris is waved off, but Buffalo will have the man advantage here. Why do they whistle it?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think this is just an inadvertent whistle, and unfortunately, it's going to go against the Bandits. You know, it just the referee blows the whistle. The ball's still loose, so in my opinion, the ball's still in play. Philadelphia Wings never got control of the ball. Resetaris buries, but they say no goal.
Banesh in the crease area while the shot was fired. 4:19 remaining here in this third quarter of play, and I believe they're going to take a timeout or not. I see the media timeout on the board down below, and yes it is. We'll be back as Philadelphia leads at 11-8 tonight on ESPN 1520.
Let's check it out. Let's see where it is. Oh, I hear some noise out there. What section is going to get some free food? Oh, 107. Hey, McDonald's, I'm loving it. The way you move, you know it's easy to see the neon lights. All right, Bandit Land, now time to play a little game we like to call What He Says, presented by Cobblestone. So Rax is with our contestants. He's got JD and Michael with him in section 112 and 113. They're going to try to imitate one of my calls, and if they do and they're successful at it, you guys are going to get a chance to vote. They're going to win some Bandit apparel. This one's fairly easy, JD and Michael. You ready?
All right, JD, give it a shot. JD is going to go first. JD.
Watch the NLL live on YouTube all season long. You can take the game wherever you go. You can watch it on your smartphone, the iPad, or your laptop. For a great home viewing experience, bring it to the game on your smart TV. You can visit youtube.com/TLN or NLL.com for the broadcast schedule and to watch live. The National Lacrosse League on YouTube in partnership with the Lacrosse Network. John Kurtler, Randy Mearns with you this evening. Scott Fleetwood, our producer and statistician here in Buffalo, and Tom Wrights at ESPN 1520. 11-8 the score, Philadelphia. Bandits on the power play. When we resume down on the turf, 3 for 5 tonight on the power play with 8 shots. Ryan Banesh, Sean Williams, and Mark Stainhouse, the power play goal scorers of the 8 goals scored tonight for Buffalo. Stainhouse with the ball, Tavares with it from the slot area. Now over to Sean Williams as he moves to the outside. There's a low drive by Stainhouse, blocked into traffic, and the rebound picked up by Philadelphia. Short-handed is Brody Merrill. Crisscrossing over the Buffalo line along with Sweeney. Forced into the near Buffalo corner. Penalty going to Brett Manny. And with 1:27 left on that mark here in the third quarter of play. Philadelphia by 3. Taking time off the Manny call. Kevin Crowley working that ball from the slot area with 3 seconds to shoot. The rebound is picked up by Watt. He's hampered along the boards, double team, but Watt finds an opening and gets out to midfield. Near side pass over to Ryan Benesh. Benesh with 2 goals tonight for the Bandits. Far side over to Dane Smith. Now along the goal line to Rooney. Back over to Smith. Top of the slot is to Stainhouse. Back over to Smith. Now to Stainhouse. Near side over to Benesh. Benesh tipping it back over to John Tavares. And Tavares' shot back over to Stainhouse. Winescue. Stainhouse retrieving it, but the shot clock expiring, and here comes Philadelphia.
Yeah, that power play opportunity there seemed a little stagnant. It was just 5 guys kind of standing around. No real crisp passing. Nobody cutting, nobody slipping the seam, trying to create space. And then just an inadvertent knockdown. And the Philadelphia Wings get another opportunity just to take more time off this power play opportunity.
20 seconds left on Manny's call. Philadelphia with the ball shorthanded, taking a shot. He scores! Shorthanded shot by Philadelphia, and they've got a 12-8 lead.
That's number 5 for Jordan Hall. Shot clock's winding down under 10 seconds. He just kind of goes 1-on-2, does a little shuffle, rotates back up over top, and then buries a sidearm bouncer past Anthony Cosmo, who's sitting there in disbelief. Again, I don't know if he was screened on the play. And that shorthanded marker brings the Wings lead to 4, Johnny.
7 seconds left on the shot clock for Philadelphia, shorthanded. And Jordan Hall with his 5th of the game tonight, leading it 12-8. Buffalo working on the power play now. Top of the slot as it goes, and it's blocked by Philadelphia. Picked up now by the Wings. Pressured in their own zone, trying to get out on the 8-second mark. Brody Merrill does. This is time for the right wing side. And the ball cleared back out. 5-on-5 lacrosse here in this third quarter of play with 1:47 remaining. Philadelphia leading at 12-8 near side. Philadelphia working it from the top of the slot. Goes to the far side. Scooting in, a shot, score! Philadelphia. That might be a 5-hole run by Kevin Ross.
Well, and the crowd's getting a little antsy. Kevin Ross, another sharpshooter from the outside, shooting through a screen. Jordan Hall's coming over, playing one-on-one, trying to set the pick. And then Kevin Ross just goes high to low and blows it by Anthony Cosmo, who is now being relieved by Curtis Wager.
He comes in tonight, .713 save percentage, 3-7 lifetime. Spent 6 years with the Philadelphia operation. So Wager in for Buffalo, relieving Anthony Cosmo's responsibilities. See if this will spark a change-up here for the Buffalo Bandits as Philadelphia goes on a 3-goal run here to take 5-goal lead. Wager making the save, rebound picked up by Buffalo and worked out by Steve Priolo to midfield. Buffalo quickly changing up on the fly. In over the line is Sean Williams to the near side of the Philadelphia zone. Williams awaiting for his players to complete the shift change, what they do. Ball picked up now by Joe Resetaris. There's a low drive. Kirk with a nice save. And he's got it to the right side of his net and will look for the outlet pass here with under a minute to play of this third quarter.
Yeah, the shot clock was winding down there, but that's really not the shot you want to get. You know, Sean Williams firing from his wrong side from about 35 feet out. Again, you know, there was about 8-9 seconds left on the shot clock. You know, but Buffalo Bandits, if they want to get back in this game, you got to make sure you're getting some better shot selection. But the Philadelphia Wings defense just keeping Buffalo way to the outside right now, Johnny.
John Tavares to the near side, tips it over to Sean Williams. Williams feeding it out in front to Smith. He scores! Great Dane Smith.
And great things happen when you get to the front of the net. Dane Smith just posting up about 7 feet off Evan Kirk's crease. Kind of like a basketball player. Boom, gets the ball inside, just rotates over and throws an underhand bounce that Kirk can handle and goes over the right shoulder. And the Bandits back within 4.
15 seconds left. Thornburg sweeping the ball all the way down into the Buffalo zone. Weiger is there and leaves it for Stainhouse, starting the surge with 7 seconds left. From the face-off circle at center, 3 seconds left. Stainhouse looking for the long shot, which he takes, and Kirk makes the save right at the buzzer to end the third quarter of play. Philadelphia 13, Buffalo 9 tonight on ESPN 1520. Well, interesting third quarter of play where Philadelphia nets 3 to Buffalo's 2. We'll have some stats for you in just a couple of moments as we get ready for the fourth quarter of play. A big one for Buffalo, Randy, if they want to get back into this one.
Well, going in the fourth quarter, you're down by 4 goals. And as this is a whole new clean slate, different coaching staff, different players, Coach Cordingley and the coach staff are going to start to find out what this team is all about. Fourth quarter, down by 4. How much do they have in the tank? How athletic are they? Can their level of play now rise to the occasion? Can they get this Buffalo Bandit crowd back into the game? So this is a big quarter for the Buffalo Bandits, and interesting to see how they're going to respond right now, Johnny.
Buffalo will attack to the left and protect to the right, underway with Jay Thornburg winning the draw, opening things up here for quarter number 4. Tracy Kelusky with a couple of goals in quarter number 3. Dane Smith with a couple, and here comes Buffalo with a shot straight on by Steve Priolo, saved by Kirk. He's been very strong tonight. 36 shots on goal for Buffalo to Philadelphia's 54, and they're looking for 55 here with the ball carried out to the outside by Kyle Buchanan. Top of the slot as it goes now to the near side to Kevin Ross, scooting his way from the slot area. He's got room, takes the shot, he scores!
And that's number 3 for Kevin Ross, number 71, coming off of a nice hard pick, getting up over top, right into the front of the net. And he throws a high to low laser that just gets past Curtis Weiger's left pad for the Wings to regain this 5-goal lead. Not the start that the Bandits wanted. 1 minute into this fourth quarter, Johnny.
Largest lead tonight for Philadelphia. They win control of the draw and from their own zone work it now to the near side. Picked up by John Rannigan. We'll leave it now as Blaine Harrison's crew changes up on the fly. Forward step out down into the Buffalo zone. Traffic being directed now by Tracy Kelusky. Penalty coming up against the Bandits. So the extra attacker ready to step out on the turf. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Straight on, a hard one by Thole. And it's controlled by Philadelphia, resetting the shot clock as well. With the man advantage out on the turf, delayed penalty. Philadelphia from the far side. Now to the top of the slot as it goes to Ward, now to Hall. Near side, as Hall works it from the top of the slot. Far side over to Kevin Crowley, back to Ward from the top of the slot. Feed pass now to the near side goal line, picked up and shot off the side of Weiger. Rebound picked up by Philadelphia, and that's feathered out from the slot area, and it goes for the call with 13 minutes and 14 seconds left here in the fourth quarter, and a penalty coming up against reluctant Rory Smith.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a slashing call. Let's check it here.
2 minutes for slashing.
Yeah, 2 minutes for slashing off ball. And the Bandit hole just continues to get bigger and bigger and deeper and deeper. The Wings on the power play, 2 for 5, 8 shots of their first 8 power plays. They're back on the power play again. And actually a real veteran move as they got the reset on the 6-on-5. They just wasted 30 seconds of the game clock. Great, like just lacrosse IQ and awareness as opposed to trying to rush something to the net.
Working the ball very nicely. Philadelphia finds net again. Good setup with Kevin Ross and Kevin Crowley, and Philadelphia now with a 15-9 lead over the Bandits.
Yeah, the two Kevs getting to work. Again, that was a great power play opportunity. There was a lot of movement, picks off the ball, slices into the inside, and Ross just goes cross field, and Crowley makes no mistake going sidearm low on Wager for their 4th power play goal of the game.
Back to action down on the turf from the Philadelphia zone. The Wings get it out immediately and return from the face-off circle. In over the line goes Sweeney. Now to the near side as Philadelphia sets up the stage for Jordan Hall. Responsible for most of the offense tonight. Kevin Crowley with a shot saved by Weiger. Rebound. Ryan is there. His stick has been held. So it'll be Buffalo's ball. Good move by Glenn Bryan to get the ball back out of his own zone to a waiting Mark Stainhouse. Kevin Brunell leading the forces from the left wing side. Stainhouse elects to go to the slot area. Hangs on to that ball. Establishes the play down in the Philadelphia zone. Stainhouse now works the ball from the near corner. 12 to shoot for Mark Stainhouse. Right in front of Kirk, being pressured back now to the top of the slot. And Rooney's got to take it from an errant pass. And it's picked up by Philadelphia, and down the left wing lane they come. 15-9 Philadelphia here in the 4th quarter of play. Crowd starting to go to sleep again, Randy.
Yeah, the crowd is starting to go to sleep. All the momentum have shifted back to the Philadelphia Wings. And the Bandit fans are just hoping desperately that something good happens. Maybe a save from Wager here and something going downfield to get them off their seats, Johnny.
Sutton brings the Bandits back out to midfield. A running Dane Smith straight in on Kirk. Takes the shot. Kirk with a save. Rebound. Jumps out in front of the Philadelphia net, but it's picked up by the Wings. And the ball is cleared immediately right back down into the Bandit zone. Shot, score, Philadelphia.
Well, and there's no deafening roar on that one. Buffalo gets a great opportunity, a 4-on-3. Evan Kirk with a big save, and immediately the ball's right back the other way. And it's a great high, down, low fake for Kyle Buchanan. I think that's his 2nd goal of the game. He makes no mistake. And now that's a 7-goal Philadelphia Wing lead.
So Anthony Cosmo relieved of his duties in the closing moments of the 3rd quarter. And Wager relieving, but Philadelphia keeps surging. Working on a 3-goal run here in this 4th quarter of play to take a 16-9 lead. Bandits with the ball down in the Philadelphia zone. Working a feed pass down in front to Williams. His shot off the strings high. Rebound picked up by Joey Resetaris. He couldn't hang on to it. Kirk is there with the loose ball and will make the outlet pass right over to Kyle Sweeney, who brings Philadelphia back out to midfield. Georgetown product, Kyle Sweeney leaving the ball to the offensive forces. Tipped across the line by Tracy Kelusky. Back over to Kevin Crowley. Now to Jordan Hall. Hall with the ball from the slot area. Looks to feed the pass over to Crowley. Couldn't make the connection. Kevin Brunell for Buffalo makes the charge, and here comes the Bandits on the run. In over the line is Brunell. He's got Dane Smith with him. Takes the shot. Kirk with a nice save. Rebound. Brunell. He scores.
Wow, they needed that. Stop the bleeding, Johnny. They needed to stop the bleeding. Again, that transition. Dane Smith getting up the floor. Number 2 on the night for Brownell, who picks up the rebound, opportunistic, and goes high to low past Evan Kirk. The Bandits are in double digits with 10 goals. Still a lot of time left, 10 minutes. They just got to get on the run. They got to get this crowd in this, and Curtis Wager's got to come up with some big saves for the Bandits to make a run here, Johnny.
This game is all about runs, and see what Buffalo can do here with 10 minutes and 3 seconds remaining of this fourth quarter, down by 6. Philadelphia with the ball into the Bandit zone. Kyle Buchanan with it from the far corner. Back over to Crowley. Now to Kevin Ross. Here's Ross with an open lane. Takes the shot high and wide. Rebound, Crowley. 9 to shoot for Philadelphia. Full with the ball. Powers his way right into Wager. Takes the shot. Wager with a chest save. Rebound, Buffalo. And here they come down the left wing lane, led by Jay Thornburg. So Buffalo stops that 3-goal run by Philadelphia with Kevin Brunel's second goal of the night. And Buffalo with the ball outside the line is Williams. Now over to John Tavares. Stationed at the right point. There's a shot by Joey Resetaris. That's hit hard by one of the Philadelphia players. And speaking of hit hard, one of the players goes down onto the turf. Michael Manley is hit off ball, and that stops things with 9 minutes and 23 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. 16-10 Philadelphia tonight on ESPN 1520.
Don't forget, stop by Billy Light post-game party at Cobblestone for great Bandit prices and opportunity to hang out with your favorite Bandit players and Bandettes. Party's 21 and over. Check it out tonight. Tonight's attendance 13,564. Buffalo Bandits at First Niagara Center. Thank you. Bugs, time to make the right decision. It's the Karuba collision of the game. Through your applause, you're going to decide which is tonight's Karuba collision. Let's check out our first hit. I think this one is from
Stop by the Sabre store on any Buffalo Bandits merchandise for all of the latest looks. The Sabre store is open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and during all Sabres and Bandits home games. Sabres in action tomorrow afternoon here at First Niagara Center against Washington. Right now, the issue at hand, Randy Mearns, the Buffalo Bandits got to get back to work here and try to get out from underneath this run that Philadelphia has put together here in this second half.
Well, here's the thing, though, Johnny, is Philadelphia, they're up by 6. There's less than 10 minutes, 9:32 left on the clock, or 9:23, excuse me. And they, you know, their game management is probably going to start to change. They're going to utilize the 30. They're going to slow the game down and maybe not play the same fast pace that they've already been doing. So Buffalo might be able to actually create some of their own momentum, because does the Wings' game plan change in terms of not playing fast and really just slowing the ball down?
They're doing a good job of it right now down in the Buffalo zone. The give-and-go shot by Hall is stopped by Wager, and the loose ball picked up by Buffalo. Glenn Bryan with it, brings it out for the Bandits to midfield. As Troy Cordingley makes the change-up on the fly. The runners are out now, and it's led by Mark Steinhaus. Double-teamed on the play, breaks free, gets a nice pass over to Resetaris out in front. Play was set up for John Tavares, but that goes askew, and Philadelphia comes back up with the ball. 16-10 Philadelphia, here with 8 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Philadelphia in over the line. And Thole with the ball. Near side, Crowley from the corner. Philadelphia works it back to the outside. The big Garrett Thole taking a shot. Saved by Wager. Rebound. Ryan Banesh to a running Mark Steinhaus. Couldn't stretch out for the ball, but has it down into the Philadelphia corner. Hit from behind, but so it'll be Buffalo's ball. As Steinhaus hangs on to it, tries to power his way from Big Thole. Looks for the open lane. Steinhaus with the ball. Now double teamed on the play. Hampered, rebound out in front. Rudy with a shot. And it's Kirk coming up with a save. Pushing and shove match erupts now with Jamie Rooney and Ryan Banesh, but the play is all the way already down to the Buffalo line. Philadelphia with a 6-goal lead. Jordan Hall, Kevin Crowley from the corner. Dug out and worked by Hall from the top of the slot, near side. Tipped back over to Hall. Comes in close of Wager, but couldn't get the shot away. Loose ball picked up by Buffalo, and it's Jay Thornberger brings it back out for the Bandits. 63-41 shot advantage, and a score by Buffalo. Shawnee Williams.
And great nonverbal communication. Thornberger seeing Sean Williams, the third guy out of the front door. Williams just saying, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. And they see the seam. And a great feed by Thornberger. Willie taking no time. And one time in the ball through the legs of Evan Kirk. 7-11 left. And the Bandits are down by 5. One more, they're going to start hearing this crowd.
So the 42nd shot by Buffalo is a charm for Sean Williams, the second of the night. 16-11 Philadelphia. Ball down into the Bandits zone. Slow to get up as Ryan Ward as he's hit hard. Rebound is picked up by Philadelphia. Is worked by Ross. That's blocked into traffic. Thole taking liberties.
And the Bandits are going to get a power play here. Johnny Thol's going to go probably for a 2-minute on the rough on Glenn Bryan.
That brings the fans to their feet here at First Niagara Center, to the box. And Buffalo will take anything with 6 minutes and 45 seconds left.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And this is kind of what happened at the end, midway through that second quarter. Philadelphia took 1, 2, 3 inadvertent penalties, and all of a sudden Buffalo just gained the momentum. If they can capitalize here, they're going to be down by 4. Goals come in bunches. This crowd's going to start getting into it, Johnny.
Tavares from the top of the slot, quarterbacking the power play. Joey Resetaris couldn't hang on to it. The ball is picked up by Philadelphia, and shorthanded, they dash bat out at midfield. Led by Brody Merrow. Bandits 3 for 6 on the power play tonight. 8 shots. Banesh, Williams, and Stainhouse, the power play goal scorers. Well, they need this in the big way, but Philadelphia doing a nice job of taking time off the penalty to Thole. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Why not take advantage of it? Wager with the save, and here comes Buffalo now. Very quickly from the face-off or the crease. Buffalo gathers steam out at midfield. Ball worked now over the line. Hidden ball trick by Tavares. Still hangs on to that ball. Stainhouse now to Dane Smith. Stainhouse from the top of the slot. There's a shot by Banesh. High and wide. Rebound right to the line before an over and back charge. And Buffalo right back at it with 50 seconds left on the power play. Stainhouse, feed pass out in front to Tavares. Couldn't get the shot away, and Philadelphia manhandles that ball back to the webbing of the stick and cleared back out at midfield. Lead pass to a runner right inside the zone. Shot, save, Wager.
Oh, big save there, Johnny.
33 seconds left on the power play. 16-11 Philadelphia here in the fourth quarter. Dane Smith with it from the left point. Top of the slot goes to John Tavares. Tavares back over to Smith. Now back to Tavares. Looking into the corners it goes. Back to Tavares with the shot. And Kirk couldn't get a piece of that one, so 5 seconds left on the shot clock. And the ball right back to the line, and that will stop things with 4 minutes and 56 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. 16-11 Philadelphia tonight on ESPN 1520.
Second one. Bandit style. Andrew Watt, number 22, bumping. What do you think? How many like racks? How many like hit number 2? Congratulations, Andrew Watt. Make the right decision. Insist on Karuba Collision, the official collision repair provider of the Buffalo Bandits. Folks, tonight's Buffalo Bandits Foundation 50, the Buffalo Sabre Foundation 50-50 raffle is worth $7,326.
Take a look at the HDD award for tonight's winning number. Congratulations if you are the winner.
Bye for the Buffalo Bandits next week, but their next home game will be on Friday, January 10th against the Toronto Rock. For Philadelphia and for the fans watching tonight on the Lacrosse Network, Home opener on Sunday, January 12th against the Buffalo Bandits, 4 o'clock. You can visit wingslax.com for tickets. Back to the turf we go. John Gertler, Randy Mearns with you. Scott Fleetwood, our statistician and director. Tom Wright's our producer. And the Surge, Randy, 5 minutes left. What can you do?
Well, there's a lot of time. There's a lot of time. They got to play strong defense. Wager's got to make saves. And they got to push the ball. They got to try to create some things in transition. They got to get the ball in the net. They can get one or two in the next, minute and a half. This crowd's going to start to get in it. That changes the whole environment of the game. Do the Wings start to panic? But it's got to start with the defense first here, Johnny.
13,564 on hand here at First Niagara Center. Some of them are looking for the portals, but the rest of them hanging on. Trying to take a look at this last run by Buffalo. And Philadelphia with that ball, working it outside the line. Thal with it across from the right wing side, looking for an opening from the slot area, electing go to the far side. There's a shot by Ward, stopped by Weiger right at the line. Rebound picked up by Buffalo, and here we go with Steve Priola working that ball from midfield now to the near side, down in the zone. Brunel with a setup, but couldn't make a hit for the running Sean Williams. Rebound Buffalo. 15 to work on the clock. 16-11 favoring Philadelphia. Williams tipping it down back from the corner, picked up by Joey Resetaris. Here's John Tavares with a shot. Kirk with a save. Rebound Brody Merrill, but he's overpowered by Ryan Benesh. Weiger looking to go to the bench for the extra attacker. 3:52 left to play, regulation. Dane Smith with the ball, deking into the slot area, looking for it, takes the shot. Kirk with a save. Rebound picked up by Philadelphia, and Weiger is right back between the pipes for Buffalo.
Yeah, he read that all the way from Dane Smith, and then the veteran Brody Merrill could have actually ran to go for a breakaway. He says, now you know what, I'm going to hit the brakes. Let's kill another 30 and bring this clock down to 3 minutes with a 5-goal lead.
Across the line comes Philadelphia from the far side, deep into the corner. In pursuit is Glenn Bryan, one of the goal scorers tonight for Buffalo. Now Ward with the ball, takes the shot. Weiger with a nice save. Rebound picked up by the Bandits, and David Brock gets it down the left wing side to Andrew Watt. Watt brings Buffalo just outside the Philadelphia line. Accordingly, quickly changing things up on the fly. Weiger goes to the bench, and the extra attacker is out now for Buffalo with 3 minutes left to play in the regulation. Near side is Mark Steinhaus. Down into the corner to Smith. Give and go shot off the side of Benesh, but couldn't get the full throttle on that one, and Philadelphia comes back up with the ball. Weiger is running, trying to get back into position, but Philadelphia scores an empty net goal, 17-11, Philadelphia, and it's Kyle Buchanan.
Yeah, that's the hat trick.
Yawning neck.
Yawning neck. Buffalo, you got to pull out all the stops. They go 6-on-5. See if they can try to create something. They get a good look. Evan Kirk throws up the big right shoulder. Philadelphia gets, the ball back off of the, that second opportunity and just transfer the ball up quick. Buchanan into an empty net for his third of the game. And the Wings back up by 6.
68 shots on goal for Philadelphia.
Wow.
The key of tonight's game, obviously, in the second quarter, 26 shots on goal and 4 straight goals by Jordan Hall. Here's a late goal for Buffalo.
2:31 left.
Stainer.
That brings them back within 5. They win the faceoff. Thornburg does a great job on the draw. They just get the ball down. And just kind of an unsettled situation. And Steinhaus utilizes his man as a screen and shoots a high to low through the pads of Evan Kirk.
17-12 Philadelphia. Stainer with his second of the game. Thornburg sweeping it down into the Buffalo zone. Weiger having some control problems with it. Bouncing to the right side. Now picked up by Buffalo, and here they come storming with 2:19 left to play in the regulation. In up on the line they go. There's another shot straight on. Kirk comes up with a nice save off the stick of Ryan Benesh. Got to hand it to Evan Kirk. I know he can see a lot of the balls tonight, but he's made some great saves.
He's made some great saves. He's made probably 9-10 one-on-one saves all on his own. For the other most part, the Philadelphia Wings defense have really kind of kept Buffalo outside of the of that 7-8 yard in front of the net. They've done a great job. But he's made the saves when he's needed to make the saves, so Buffalo could not get any momentum.
Well, an entirely different team out on the turf as the teams have gone to the roster selection and the deadline date and the preseason games picked up by Buffalo. And Philadelphia have really worked together in putting a good roster from those 2 preseason games, and an incredible change from the 2 games that we saw here in the preseason.
Well, you know, and you have those exhibition games. You're able to kind of, you know, scout your opponent. For the Philadelphia Wings, their young guys get a little bit of field time. All of a sudden, they start to know how you can play different guys in terms of, you know, their athleticism or their stick skills or what hand they are. And they really put a good game plan together, and it shows in a 5-goal lead with 1:06 left.
Stainhouse hammered to the turf a couple of times. The first one is a penalty. So Buffalo will go on the power play with 1:06 remaining here in regulation. Philadelphia with a 17-12 lead.
Yeah, kind of interesting. Their last 2 power plays Buffalo's had, they have gotten 0 shots. You know, so you're not going to win many games when you're not getting any shots on the power play when you have that man advantage, and that's not going to be a good stat for the coaching staff to look at as they start to review this game to get ready for their next opponent coming up.
3 for 8 on the power play for Buffalo. 8 shots total. There's a drive by Tavares, hit the goalpost, resetting the shot clock. Now under a minute to play. Stainhouse from the top of the slot over to Dane Smith. To Tavares with a shot, hit the goalpost again. Tavares gets his own rebound from the corner. Dug out by Banesh. There's a shot straight on and a good one by Dane Smith, but it's stopped by Kirk. 38 seconds left to play here in this game. 17-12 Philadelphia. A 4-goal run for Philadelphia in the second quarter of play, all by Jordan Hall. Fueled this game tonight for the Wings. Looking to feed it out in front. Priolo gets it with 19 seconds left. Down the left wing boards is Stainhouse. Trailing in with him is Dane Smith. Smith with the ball. With the shot, he scores!
That's the hat trick for Dane. A 2-on-1 on this short side. Stainhouse with behind the back. And Smith looks far side and comes back in between the legs of Evan Kirk. It's a great goal, but unfortunately too little, too late for the Buffalo Bandits. 10 seconds left, and the Bandits still down by 4.
Dane Smith. 7 2-goal games last year off 153 shots. Member of the all-rookie team in the NLL. Hitting a hat trick tonight, and that's going to do it for the game where Philadelphia comes out the winner. 17-13 the final. Philadelphia post-game show coming up after this timeout on ESPN 1520.
Philadelphia 14, Buffalo 16.
Philadelphia 68 shots to Buffalo's 52. Stick around. Intense belt player of the game for the Bandits coming up and our 3-star selection. Well, it's not time to announce the Intense player of the game brought to you by Intense Milk. It is none other than Dane Smith for the Buffalo Bandits. Unofficially 3 goals, 2 assists. The Intense player of the game is brought to you by Intense Milk. Proud supporter of the Buffalo Bandits. Pick up your favorite flavor of Intense Milk today. And here's tonight's 3 stars chosen this evening by Bud Bailey of the Buffalo News. 3rd star from the Buffalo Bandits, Ryan Banesh. Tonight's 2nd star from Philadelphia, Tracy Koleski. And tonight's 1st star from the Philadelphia Wings, Jordan Hall. The Buffalo Bandits in the first Niagara Center. Thank you for attending tonight's game. Look forward to seeing you back here on Friday, January 10th at 7:30 when the Bandits take on the Toronto Rock. Folks, good night. Please drive home safely.
You can dump that 3rd spot if you want, Tom.
unfortunately, Buffalo and their goaltending duo, they weren't making the saves when they needed to, and that's resulted in a Philadelphia Wing victory.
The Bandits went on a 3-goal run to end the first half of play, 9-7 Philadelphia edge. Philadelphia strikes at the 3:31 mark of the third quarter. Then at 5:46, Buffalo finds net. It's Dane Smith with the first of 3. So Smith getting on the scoreboard in the second half of tonight's game. He does so at 14:41, 13-9 for Philadelphia as Buffalo looks to narrow the lead. That at 14:41, a series of runs by Philadelphia. The first one, a 4 in the second quarter. The second run in the third quarter of 3, and then they go on a 3-goal run in the fourth quarter of play to take a 16-9 lead. And then Buffalo back on the scoreboard at 4:51 as Kevin Brunell finds net. That at 4:51, 7:48. Buffalo on a mini run, their second goal of this one. It's Sean Williams. Sean Williams, the 42nd shot on goal, finding Twine. Philadelphia follows up with the scoring, their 17th of the night, and then Buffalo with 2, and it goes back over to Kevin Brunell. That at the 12:29 mark, it's Kevin Brunell, and then Buffalo wraps up their scoring 14:50. The hat trick tonight for Dane Smith. So Smith with a hat trick tonight. 3 stars again of tonight's game: Jordan Hall, Tracy Kelusky, number 2, and Ryan Benesh, number 3. Randy, a review of final statistics of this game.
Yeah, they're not so in favorable of the Buffalo Bandits. They got outshot 68-52. Now, saves-wise, they made 51 saves, but they, again, the Philadelphia Wings with 68 shots, resulting in 17 goals. Buffalo had that margin on the ground balls, the loose balls in the first quarter, but Philadelphia started to own all those second opportunities and ended up with a 64-59 margin. 2 for 6 on the power play for the Wings. Buffalo almost going 50%, 4 for 9, but when it counted, they didn't even get any shots on 3 power plays as the game started to come to a close. PIMs were relatively equal in the faceoffs. The Philadelphia Wings own that stat by 6, going 20 for 34.
Dane Smith with a hat trick tonight for Buffalo. Jay Thornburg with a goal. Sean Williams with 2 goals. Glenn Bryan with a goal. Ryan Benesh with a couple. Mark Stainhouse with 2. And Kevin Brunell with 2. But it's a losing effort. Philadelphia plays a good one. 17-13 is the final tonight from the First Niagara Center here in Buffalo. 2 other games in the National Lacrosse League tonight. Rochester defeats Minnesota 8-6. And with 7:02 left out in Denver in the second quarter of play, Colorado has a 1-goal lead, a 6-5 status over the Edmonton Rush. 13,564 on hand here at the First Niagara Center, and that will set the stage for the next start for the Buffalo Bandits. Will be Friday night against the Toronto Rock here at FNC, and then a 2-game weekend on the slate Friday and Sunday afternoon in Philadelphia. Closing thoughts, Randy Mearns.
Well, I think it's just it's early in the season. You know what? They got a great coaching staff. They got great players. They got a lot of heart. They got good veteran. They got good young guys. It's his first time kind of getting out, playing in front of a great crowd, 13,000 plus. And, they're going to get back to work, and they're going to practice and practice. They're going to have a couple good practices before they play the Toronto Rock back here at home, and they're going to try to, shore up what went right, what went wrong, fine-tune some things, and I got every confidence that Coach Cordley and his staff will get that done.
Tom Wright's our producer this evening. Scott Fleetwood, our statistician and director. For Randy Mearns, this is John Gertler. Happy New Year, everybody.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thank you, mate.